am Coy Jandro, and this is Comic Book Shopping. We are here at Golden Apple Comics in the heart of Hollywood, right on Melrose, and we are about to be joined by David Harbour, yes, Hellboy himself.
Wow, it's brutal. I love it.
Right? Like
I love brutality. I apparently will be in the new standalone Black Widow Marvel movie, which I'm very excited about.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It is time for some sweet, sweet comic book shopping.
We started loud, we ended soft. It's Collider Live, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Cody. You're a real son of a... My wife calling me at 10 in the morning right as the show starts. Right as the show starts. I'm just going to tell her for a second.
Just have her host the show.
You're on the air, honey. We just went live once again. You call me every time right as we're on the air.
Hi, Sadie.
Hey, Sadie!
Hi, Sadie!
Hi, this is a really important question, so I'm glad I caught you and I'm glad everyone can hear it.
All right, what is
so
the important
out
question?
of peanut butter chocolate ice cream, Baskin-Robbins.
Get the Haagen-Dazs. Might as well. It's Easter, right?
Live big.
I mean, you're really picky with your peanut butter chocolate, so I wanted to make sure.
All right, well, that's okay. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. My lovely wife calling in at 10 o'clock, 10:01, perfect timing.
Perfect.
You gotta respect that
I
call.
looked at the
Yeah.
clock right as the phone was ringing. I thought he's not going to pick up, but this is an emergency.
It is an emergency. You know what? You're not wrong, and that's why I love you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Similar to the Amber Alert we just got.
Yeah, I'll call you later.
Emergency.
I'll call you later.
That's
Bye.
what the Amber Alert was.
All right.
She's
So
so
good.
freaking cute.
Now I get Haagen-Dazs,
Yeah.
which is
If
fun.
you hadn't picked up, she might have gotten no ice cream.
No ice cream. So I'm glad that I did. I'm really liking your lipstick.
But okay, can I tell you what happened?
No.
What was the guitar solo like on your way in today?
I walked in today and Reilly literally almost fell backwards. He took a massive
loved it.
step back and he said,
I did.
"Wow, your lipstick's
What a hole.
really bright."
It's abrasive.
And then
I like
said
it.
I'm
nothing.
not
good
saying
abrasive.
it was bad.
It's a good
I'm saying it
abrasive.
I'm
was
saying it
very
was
bright.
good.
Right. He's not saying
And
you're
no,
dumb.
that's not true.
He's not saying you're dumb.
I like it.
It's like that pink suit I own.
It took me a little bit.
It's bright.
I
Okay?
think
It's
you look-
bright.
I don't like pink and it looks
It's
really good.
Thursday.
I think you need to.
Right.
Yeah, you look like
You guys
you're-
don't see me on Thursdays. I
Yeah.
wear lipsticks
We
on
are
Thursdays.
all coming to the set at the Rainbow Room. We will be there.
Yes, we'll be there.
But
Is there a cover before you get in?
yes,
There is.
everybody is back.
Get
Same crew,
used to it,
except
baby.
the Princess of Darkness is back as well. And Dorina,
It's
how
actually
are you?
Queen.
Not yet. You haven't earned it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Says who? You're not the devil of me, the boss of me.
The devil of you, though. That's
The devil
that's
of
where you go. Dorina is here. We hung out a lot.
Yes.
And you said I was in a good mood on Friday.
Yes, it was happy Kristian Harloff, who's basically Comic-Con Christian.
Yeah.
And you were so happy.
And it was very relaxed.
You were like a little kid on Friday.
Didn't have to do much
Yeah.
on Friday. It was good.
Yeah, at Ellis' show, yeah.
Yeah, we
And
did. We had just done by the way, the Schmodown, the 5-way Schmodown is up on Collider.
Cool.
If you want to see who won that between Joseph Scrimshaw, Andrew Blanchard, Andrew DiMolanta, Laura Kelly, and Molly Damon, please go and check that out on this very channel. Thank you so
Molly
much.
Damon
Sean.
had the coolest coat at Star Wars Celebration.
She did.
She always has cool
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
it's real cool.
She has the chillest vibe.
Yeah,
Ever.
totally.
I can't imagine her yelling or getting pissed off about anything.
See, that's the thing. It's quiet, pissed off because she can and she's
Right.
feisty, but when she needs to be. And that's what I really like about her because she's got a lot of personality and because when you see her she's very quiet. She's like and she always goes dressed as like the Queen in Naboo. She was there. She was doing a bunch of those things and it's just like because she'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, she was a handmaiden, right?
She was,
Yeah.
and she was. She. I love her. I love her. Her husband,
Yeah, they're
obviously.
both
Alex
great
Damon,
people.
they're good
Great
people. We
people.
hung out with them for a bit.
It brought the finest people.
It did, but yeah, man,
Yeah,
Friday was just fun. It
Yeah.
was a
Did
cool,
you guys? I mean, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, were
it
you
was
there?
a good weekend.
Were you there for both shows, or did you? No, you
Yeah.
walked. You were. You were
No,
there for both shows. You
no.
were there for the heckler.
No.
And you
Oh
walked-
no!
She-
Oh, I thought you
she's
meant for the
thinking
Bush
you mean
Schmodown.
Schmodown.
No. By that
Oh.
time we had already left. Like
Yeah, you came with me.
Yeah, and
Hey.
Roxy found me.
Yeah,
What
I did.
happened
She
there?
found something.
You looked at me, Christian, because I said, I'm cold. I need to start moving.
Right.
And you said, we cannot move until we have Dorina.
Oh, okay.
So I said, all right. And
Put him on like your last puppy or
cold.
something.
what I love about that is how adamant about it, and I completely forgot if you were there or not. I just said, "Were you there for both shows?"
so I went looking for Dorina, which was a taller task than I thought I was taking on.
Right.
because the bouncers, as we've established, did not want me looking for anybody.
No, they're not nice.
They didn't even want me
Not good.
inside. To get back inside,
Right.
it was a whole to-do
It
because
makes more
I couldn't
sense
get
now
the
because the
VIP
place wasn't
bracelet
great.
in the first place.
Now it's a twofold situation. One, the technical term I believe Kristian is a cock on wheels.
Cock on wheels.
Right.
Yes.
Thanks,
Is there an
Mike.
abbreviation for
And
that?
C-O-dub.
Cow.
Oh,
Cow.
cow.
Yeah,
Cow.
it's a cow. And two.
That's very nice. They look like someone that would provide in the farm. They look like cock on wheels.
Correct. Yes. Second, had you worn this shade of pink, which can only be described as 80s tennis player, you would have been let in right away. They'd be like, "Oh, are you headlining? Yeah, okay, run in."
No, they would have thought she owned the place.
Yeah,
No,
correct.
they were kind of crazy. You
I'm
had to
Reggie.
you had
Yes.
to find us because they wouldn't let us out. We were
I couldn't
literally
get
stuck.
in. She could not get out
Yeah.
because there was one man standing there, and so I'm going up all the stairs. And keep in mind not to be a dickhead, but every fan in line is like, "Roxy, Roxy." It's very obvious that I'm supposed to be where I am, and this guy's like, "Wait in line."
That was the same. It was the same guy with me. Yeah,
But
yeah.
now we're talking about to
Thank
get
God for
to
Dorina.
the
No, because we were
not
there
to get
was-
in, to get to Ellis.
I know, no,
a-
but
afterwards.
Yeah, because there
It's
was
the
like
same
the meet
mentality.
and greet. That's what was happening.
And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to meet him.
And we were.
I was like, you know what? I'm not going to lay eyes on Ellis. I'm going to
Yeah.
show you. My head is down. My hands are over my eyes. I'm not looking for Ellis. Dorina! Dorina!
Yeah.
But I just hear somebody
shouting.
screaming at me. Like Dorian and I are stuck talking to fans online because we couldn't move, and then Roxy's just like, Dorina, Dorina.
I don't
And
see her. I'm just
yeah, and I'm like,
yelling.
what is going on? And then you're like, we had to leave. Kristian says we have to leave now.
I didn't say we have to leave now. You wanted to leave because you were
That's
cold.
how I got her.
That's
Yeah.
how you got
But
her.
I'm not saying you said that. I'm just
But
saying
that's
you
what
said
you
that.
used.
Yeah.
I understand.
But the best thing though is that she just said, "I found you," and we were both so excited because she found something.
Like you found the
Yeah.
idol.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
like
it was a
Indiana
She
massive.
didn't
Jones.
get lost and found me.
But
I
then
mean,
you guys
that's pretty amazing.
all talk about lying. You guys all threw me a big curveball here when you said, "Don't worry, it's going to be a short walk. We're just going to go to the
It was
hotel
a-
bar."
this one you're
it
not
took
gonna
me an
win.
hour and a half.
You're not going to win
I
this.
was walking
No.
forever.
No, you weren't.
Okay.
I want Emma to call in for this.
Here's-
This is so silly.
Here's
Yeah,
the problem.
Emma was like, "You're from Boston."
Yeah, Emma
And-
and I were walking, and Emma and I talked to because Emma and I walked together, and your friend Kristian as well.
Yeah.
We walked on the way there.
so many Christians.
I know there were three of them, and I walked there, and it was fine. It took 5 minutes, maybe 6. So
It was
From the Marriott Marquis to the Moxie.
yeah,
It was an actual mile and a half minimum.
and then
I don't think so, 'cause I did it.
Dude, it took nothing.
It took me so
because
long.
Emma was
And
the
I
one,
walked
'cause
from my
said-
hotel to the Moxie, then to the Marriott Marquis in under 15
it
minutes.
was cold,
Listen,
and I
said-
was in heels.
I said to Emma on the way there, I'm like, is it a long walk? She said, no. So I'm like, all right, let me time out what Emma thinks is a long walk. And we got there like that. So I said, yeah, you're right. It wasn't that cold. I had a jacket on. Sure. So we're walking back, and all I hear is, "Oh my God, so cold! How long is this walk?" And I'm like, "Aren't you
That sounds
from
like me.
Boston?"
That's my wife walking anywhere over 100 yards in
where's she
uncomfortable
from?
shoes. From Carmel,
but
California.
I haven't
She's from
lived.
Boston.
It's been a decade.
Me too.
Okay, well,
Me three.
Okay,
I'm not
well,
comparing myself.
I
I'm
am.
just saying.
I'm just telling you, I am.
Oh, look, we got a cameo from Roxy on the set. Oh, my God.
Cody just brought up.
Why isn't your hair great? You are wearing the Joker's.
Yeah,
coat.
Unbelievable.
Cody just brought up, for audio listeners, Cody just brought up a
Cody.
picture of 1989 Batman with one of Jack Nicholson's thugs painting one
Painting
of the
Roxy's lips.
Yeah.
Can we talk for a second?
Can we do Batman characters for Halloween?
Sure.
Sure,
Yes to
Roxy
that.
has to be that.
But here's the deal, because
Yeah, I like
most
it.
of our listeners, we do very well on podcasts right now, and the podcast listeners
Have no idea.
are probably thinking that I look like an effing joke, and I look really cool, right?
You look
Yes.
pretty cool, Roxy. I think you look pretty
You
cool.
matched Dorina's shirt.
It's so much
Oh, yeah.
fun. It's so
I
much
should have
fun
worn pink lipstick, but
to
I don't wear-
make quick jokes because the door has been opened and it's red. I mean, they're just so awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
What is the first thing I said to you when I
It's
saw
like
you?
Sin City.
First thing I said was nice jacket, and then you turned
Yeah,
around
and
I
you
said,
said you're wearing lipstick,
no. I said I love that lipstick.
but in a Christian way.
No way. That was legit. That was
I
legit.
love that lipstick.
No, it looks good. I would tell you, what'd you do to your face if I didn't like it?
I'm trying different things, you know.
I dig
I'm
it.
doing the things. I'm
I
trying.
dig it.
If you guys had lipstick wearing capabilities, you do it too.
You do. You
I mean,
can.
look at
Why
what-
don't
look
we-
at the
why
clothes that
don't-
I wear.
Why don't you all wear pink lipstick tomorrow
I'm
to Friday's
good.
show?
I
Sounds
have-
good.
Friday's
It'd be
show.
great. We're interviewing Joe Carnahan tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be amazing.
Let's
Great
do
way to
it.
do it.
Okay.
Great way
Sweet.
to do it. Thank you. Joe Carnahan's coming in tomorrow, everybody.
always do that to
which
me.
is really cool.
That's amazing.
On a day that, yeah, I know you're not here, but
Joe
it's gonna be
Carnahan
good.
is always my go-to guest in Schmodown for
Narc.
directors because I have no idea of who directs anything.
Right, but you know him.
But I know him.
Yeah, he's
of
a
course.
badass.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's gonna be
He's
fun
the
to
best.
talk
He was originally Bad Boys 3.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You
I
can talk
can't
about No
wait.
Holds Barred, by the
Yeah.
way, that guy.
Yeah.
You're going to be here? Oh, wait. You're not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be here.
saying,
Sorry.
saying
I apologize. He'll be here.
Maybe.
Oh, you're not coming in?
We'll see.
Okay, good.
We'll see how this day goes, and I'll tell you.
Are you pissed?
No.
No, but you had a good experience overall in
Yeah. I mean,
Chicago?
Saturday at the Schmodown, I was working the list and stuff,
Yes.
so that was a little bit crazy, but everyone was pleasant. And
I didn't know you were
super
doing
nice.
that.
Yeah.
She brought a lot of cool guests, and it was like Dorina's always kind of like the voice of reason afterwards too, because it's like she just says, I want to know, and you as well, because I talk to you, because I'm always like in a high from the audience, but I need to know, like, was it
Cody,
good?
can we get that soundbite? Dorina's always the voice of reason. Yeah.
On it.
For
From
when
Kristian?
it
Thank
comes
you.
to Schmodown?
And also, do you want to take off the picture of the Joker?
I'm gonna blame Alex for that one. That wasn't me.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, Alex is upset with me.
He's upset with everybody.
Yeah.
I know. I talked to him before.
Well,
too.
we got the old Deke in the ear yesterday, so we're not too psyched about it.
What about the old Deacon here?
Yeah, the old in the ear hole. Alex and I wrote an amazing song, and Collider kiboshed it.
No way.
Okay.
We're gonna. I just don't. I think that there's just not enough post-production facilities
Can
right
we
now.
play it on the show?
Can we play it on the
Alex
show?
and I are working on something to
For the
release
show?
it. Yeah, for this show and
Okay.
for we're gonna probably put it up on my YouTube channel.
So what? I mean, you
We're-
pitched it and it just went.
No, I wrote lyrics. Alex wrote an amazing song.
Yeah.
And it needs to be out before Endgame because it's about Endgame.
And there's just not enough
There's
resources.
just not
to
enough
do it.
resources
Can I
to get
come?
it done.
Do the lyrics
I'll
start
help.
with Z and then Z again?
No, this is a real one.
That's not.
No.
Wait,
Hey, Cody.
I
Where's the book?
feel like we can do it.
Cody, Alex and I have an idea. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I don't think that's why. That's why he was mad with me and you.
Well, I mean, it was definitely
outed
a
him.
disappointing day.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Yeah.
for Alex in that respect.
Right.
And then I don't know what the other thing
He
is.
didn't like his new nickname.
Oh yeah.
He said because he
I
makes
was
music.
saying I outed him for what he did.
Well, yeah, that he didn't mind.
Oh, okay.
He didn't mind that. But
Wait, what's his new nickname?
Chips. But he doesn't like it, so we're not going to do it because it's. I'm just done with trying to have fun. Because
Here comes Captain Sensitivity.
No, but it's just silly. It's like I get it. He plays music, so and that for that aspect, he doesn't want to be known as. And here's the band. It's Chips' band, and I
Yeah,
understand.
but that's
that.
actually a dope name. There's a band called Hot Chips, one of my favorite bands.
But that's not his name. That's not.
Are you
his-
the lead singer?
I wish.
Pink Chips? Old Pink
Sign
Chips?
up, sign
But that's not.
up,
But that's not the
sign
name of his
up,
band. And it's and if someone started like if I was trying to.
Yeah, but
if I was
Childish
on some-
Gambino's not the name of Donald Glover.
But he chose that, and so so this is why I'm. This is
It's like
why
Chimp with Ellis.
right? This part of it, but the difference is Ellis was my partner to where we were together. And it's like if the whole thing is if you choose to be an intern or PA on the show, JTE, Upham, Copster, your nicknames are going to hit. But because you're a musician, it's like I'll let it. We'll let it slide.
The crazy
Can
thing with
I-
Copster is
It's
we
not
didn't
fun.
even invent it.
Remember, it's also
Right.
it's Christian. It's not Copster anymore.
Can,
Right. Well, that's what I said. I said in the past, and we just brought
Upham
it back.
was a tough
can we
one.
talk about this for a
Upham
second,
lasted for a
though?
while.
Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and Alex might murder me after this, but I'll just be okay with that.
We should let him talk after this.
Here,
He'll just jump.
He's
John-
just talking to himself right now.
Here's the deal, though.
Yeah.
Did you listen to Opie and Anthony when they were on?
I was more of a Stern guy.
Okay, so this is the kind of stuff that actually used to go down. They took their engineer and recorded him taking a dump,
Right.
which he didn't know was happening.
Right.
Oh, no.
Like
That's an invasion of privacy.
That's the kind of
Yeah.
stuff that, and then he said nothing, and the producers find out, and that was the kind of level. Now it's like, hey boss, I don't like my nickname Chips.
Yeah, but they're different.
And I'm really
But-
upset
and
about
again,
it.
And again, I'm going to defend Alex here.
You go
'cause
ahead,
here's
and I'm
the
sorry,
difference.
Alex, but I'm not.
But here's the difference: the engineer was being paid, and that was his job.
At the time, I don't think he was.
Because I'll
now
tell you
he's
what,
doing well.
if Alex was a full-time employee and just worked for the show, I'd say you're Chips.
It's a nickname. You're not calling him Dong. Like it's a chips. It's a bag of chips. It's chips. This drives me insane. Like it's the millennial Gen Gen Z culture where you can't take a punch at all, like none.
Whoa.
But this is the thing.
Well, like Alex is here. I'm gonna let Alex defend himself because you're getting more heated about this than
Chips.
I am.
It's Chips. It's an effing nickname.
All
It's
right.
a nickname.
Alex,
Roxy,
Also,
remember,
chips are delicious.
remember yesterday when I asked you not to bring this up on the show? Hey,
I didn't.
Alex,
I didn't
go
bring
on,
this
buddy.
up. I did not bring that up.
Roxy.
I said he was upset with me about calling him out on air because he said that to me.
No, that's fine with me. Like I deserve that.
And don't lump Alex in with this millennial can't take a punch bullshit, because that's just rude.
Is Alex a
that's what I
millennial?
feel like this
Isn't he
is.
too young to be a millennial?
No,
And I
he
don't
is.
think it's.
What-
But
if
I
you
want to
think
give.
it's rude, you
I
think
want to
it's
give.
rude,
I
but
want
that's
to
how I
give.
feel.
Alex has the right to defend himself. So
yeah,
Alex,
it's basically what Kristian was saying. Like I'd rather. I don't want that to be associated with my music. Like Chip's new song is this.
I don't think it would have though, but I understand. I understand the concern.
I don't even usually in my with my friends. I don't go by Alex even like with my fraternity. I was always Marzoña, and so even just like
Is that just the name of the band? Is Marzoña?
Yeah.
Okay. So and that's which is fine, but it's but this people need to know when they come on with the show because for me, I
love
take
a good nickname.
and I take the joke to 120% because I came in and I gave him a bag of chips this morning, and I wanted him to take.
I think that's funny, but and I'm annoyed now too because I didn't do what Cody just said I did. I said that he was upset with something
It
that
was a joke, Roxy. I'm sorry.
Oh, here comes a millennial can't take a joke.
maybe
She puts on her pink lipstick. She gets all sensitive.
I didn't know it was a joke.
Right.
It was about delivery. Now that I know it's a joke, it's
Alex,
fine.
can you write a song about chips, even though we can't call you Chips?
yeah, I'll write one.
Can we at least
Sweet.
have
I'll-
can we at least
I'll
have
fun with
David
it.
B or one of the new guys, Matt or somebody write a Chips song?
None of you
Can we
guys
do like a
understand where I'm
funeral?
coming
The
from.
death of Chips.
Can we do like
None
a
of you get
funeral
it?
anthem
Yeah.
of
No,
R.I.P.
I
Chips?
agree with Roxy that people are too sensitive.
Right. So you think Chips? You think Alex is being too sensitive?
I'm not
Chips?
saying I'm not
No,
one of them.
no,
I'm
no.
sensitive too about things.
No, I mean Alex can do and say whatever he wants. I'm just saying that people are sensitive when you're
Right.
just giving people shit sometimes and it's not serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, you're not calling him poop. Chips. It's kind of a cool nickname.
I know, but it's associated with a bonehead move. I think that's what it is. Is that accurate, Alex?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, we're all a bunch of boneheads, so that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Look. I'm telling you,
They
everybody.
called me clueless for an hour yesterday.
Well, I mean, you don't know how to drive in Los Angeles, and you've lived here for
He
12
bought
years.
34 bags of chips.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good move. It's a pretty solid. Listen, if you want chips,
Own
you
it.
know who to go to. You
Own
know
it.
Alex.
I am directionally challenged. If you guys want to call
You
me
found
that,
me.
if you want to
You
call
found
me
me, though.
directionally challenged chick, I'm gonna take that.
Roxy, she's lost Striar.
Yes, because it's fact. You bought 34 bags of chips. It was 23, Roxy. I know, Alex.
It was a solid amount of chips. It was a solid
Roxy
amount of chips.
coming in hot.
Yeah.
I
Alex,
really like Alex. so
I'd
I
like to
honestly-
see.
who doesn't like Alex?
He's the best.
Alex is
He
the
is
best.
the best.
But look, everybody, if you're on this show, sooner or later, you're gonna be caught in the fire. And like the first thing when I saw him this morning, I gave him the chips, and he's just like,
See about that.
So he's like, I don't know.
What, was he Office Space
Yeah,
boss?
but
or
he
what?
was. He was like, I'm not really. He goes,
handle it.
but he's
I'm
like,
gonna go ahead and have to disagree with
he's
you. on that
really.
one.
He was like, you know, with the music and. I said, "Wait, you're not liking chips? Not really. You know, it's.
You just
I don't
went
want
full
to be
Joker
He's
there,
like, I don't want to
too.
be. I don't want to be associated with the name. And I just go, you know what? Fuck it. Fine, you're Alex. And I walked out of the room.
But like, what is
We
better?
already have a good sound clip for Alex too, which
I
is
know.
fantastic.
What's a good nickname then? Like Prince of
He doesn't get it.
Agrabah?
No, he doesn't get it.
Prince of Agrabah?
He's just Alex. He's just
Now,
Alex.
now he
Doesn't
doesn't
really
get a
rattle off the
nickname.
Now he
tongue.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Now.
Choke on that, Alex.
Yeah, choke on those chips, Alex. I'm kidding. I love you, Alex. I'm kidding.
I'd like to really see some sort of like on-air brawl, like a argument session right now between Roxy and Alex. I really want to get it because
Just
you
do a
really
schmo
cut
now.
him
I
think
deep.
you're
I mean,
getting
you
close.
really went personal at him.
I did?
Yo,
You called him a. You said
It's
he's a
called a
millennial.
millennial.
That can't take a joke.
yeah.
But
I'm sick of these millennials. First of all,
I
you're
am
a millennial.
One. I am one. And I own
You just
that.
don't like. You just don't like what you guys represent.
No, it's not that. It's that as a fan of
I
content
really like
and
that
a
lipstick.
fan,
Can I tell you that?
as a fan of content and a fan of radio, I am annoyed by the fact that
Right.
that people can't do what they used to do.
But let me tell you something.
You shouldn't be able to record somebody pooping.
That's true.
That you
but
shouldn't
there
be
is
able to.
one.
I agree
There
with
is
that.
one. There is one fact
gonna
here.
have to go ahead and
One fact.
disagree with
Lights
you
go
on that.
out. We'll be able to find you in a second.
Yeah. You ever been to one of those white black
White
light
walkers?
parties?
Oh.
The black light
Oh, yeah,
parties.
that's it.
Roxy
Yeah.
just standing as a poster, and then she activates and scares the crap
Well, I don't
out
want
of
to
people.
look. Everybody just
Facts.
put Alex up against the wall and threw darts at him.
Yeah.
Alex, you got.
I don't even think we did.
You did.
You did. we all do.
By saying he can't, that it's silly that he doesn't like the nickname Chips.
You're allowed. What you said was fine, but
I threw darts at him.
Yes.
That's throwing darts
You
at him.
threw verbal darts.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh my
No.
God!
Absolutely
I'm
not.
getting told that they hope I get AIDS and then hang myself.
Well, that's your fault for reading the damn comment.
And that's
Yes.
me throwing darts.
But it's still, we both said though that comment we still don't understand.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's
We
true.
don't get it.
I
all
haven't
the way
got it.
through.
No,
Like
I
what is
You
it?
know
two part?
Alex. You're on the show and you're throwing darts at him.
Verbal
Some
darts.
idiot online is having you. Who cares about some moron named Dickhead 69?
It was
Fuck
63.
you.
Josh, for
63.
an hour,
63.
for an
Yeah,
hour,
I'm
you
Dickhead
called
69.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
You called me clueless for an hour, and I got literally 400 messages about what a dumb bitch I am. You did not throw darts at me.
Look at Reilly just grunted.
Yeah.
That's what.
I
That's
just
a
hate
dart.
online people. They just take
So
it and run.
Stop
I'm in on the
reading
joke.
the comments.
Riley, what were you saying?
Nothing.
That's a
They
dart.
take it. It's like, yeah, we're having fun with Roxy, and then everybody goes, "Oh, that's my turn to have fun. You're a dumb, stupid." And it's like you don't get it.
And
you
that's
idiots.
the thing too that would have escalated with Chips. Like everything in his life would have become Chips.
Yeah.
You see how it
But
escalated.
I'm with Alex.
But
He's gonna go. These people
I'm
are gonna
gonna
go
have-
crazy and go, "Yeah, I'm Chips too. Yeah, chippy, chippy, chippy."
Hashtag that's the show.
Yeah,
you're
I
on
know.
this. You're
I
on this
understand
show.
that. I
You're on
understand
you
that,
got
but
things
some
for, you
people-
got your fingernails. You had
I
to
got my-
superimpose your
yes.
face on a and
And
look.
I'm okay with that. I'm not saying that. I'm
That's
not
my
saying-
point.
He
My point is
pulled up
that
the Joker.
But if I
But wait,
was,
but wait,
if,
wait.
but if I wasn't,
Now I
and
want
I said
chips.
something,
Does anybody have chips? Now I want some.
Now
the fact that he said, "Hey, no,"
I know, but
Good man.
But I honestly too. The other
I
thing
like
is too.
Alex.
You've earned the chance on this show. Not Alex is the hardest worker that we have when it comes to Schmoed and everything else too. So
Absolutely.
we're not talking about that. But as online on the show, as a personality on the show, you have been with the show, Reilly, for including all iterations of
Oh,
it
God.
for like 7
Forever.
years. You've earned the right to say, "Hey, listen." If you're an intern, you get it. But I'm going to do it because of all the hard work. We stop, and he's no longer Chips. But it's not going to take away the fact that the guy bought fucking 75 bags of fucking chips.
It's true.
Still
It was
happened.
23.
it's such a great story.
Like I told
a fantastic
I told
story.
my wife last night about it because we started laughing about it about something else, and I was like, yeah, Roxy really went because she went after him yesterday too, and I was like, Roxy really went after.
It's become a rivalry, and I like it.
I like it.
I
and
love
said,
Alex.
and I started it with.
I love chips.
I started with that.
That sensitive ass millennial.
I was telling my wife about Alex, and I said that Alex is the guy that he was a fan who turned out to be one of the best workers we had. I said, but we had him buy food at the. My wife was like, "Oh no!" First of all, she said, "How old is he?" And Alex, how old are you? You 25?
23.
25.
25.
Oh,
so
sorry,
I said,
buddy.
that's what I said. I said, he's 25. She said,
Stop throwing darts at him.
But
Yeah,
she
you're
goes.
right.
But she goes. She's like, "Oh no! Why did you have him do it?" I was like, "Well, he's 25. He doesn't buy food." And I was like, "But he's bought food before." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, what happened?" I go, "He bought a lot of chips." She's like, "Just chips?" She's like, "Why?"
$150.
She goes, "What was his excuse for it?" And I go,
That's all we had, Karen.
And I said, "I never really got an answer for it."
Here was
Nice.
the excuse. They only had onions, frozen food, and chips.
So I bought $150 worth of chips.
Let me get. And
I think
Alex,
that's a good decision.
in Alex's
it's-
defense,
Chips are great.
there was a microwave in the green room.
ate-
We could have heated
yeah.
up some hot buckets.
You ate none of the chips.
I did. I ate all the
Had some-
Cheetos.
Did you?
Yeah, I kept bringing people backstage into the
Dorina
bots,
just
and I
wanted to
just
make
kept
Alex
eating
feel better,
Cheetos.
so she ate like 6 bags
No.
of chips. Got sick when she got home.
I did
Also
at-
stoned out of your face, probably.
At
too.
some point when
No,
Alex
it's illegal in Chicago. No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
when
that's right. It
when
is.
Alex was walking by after we'd already gotten into our little tizzy, I didn't feel like chips, but I let him know I was eating them. I on purpose did the big reach, opened the bag, ate it. Yum.
Right. All right. So let's end this with this, Alex. I'm going to give you one last retort here, Alex. And how are you feeling? What's anything you want to say? You have the last word here, buddy. So what do you got? Jack.
You
You quit the
guys
show.
want any chips right now? I got a bag.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you have Cheetos?
Just
So that's
open the
all.
door.
That's all. I mean, it's going to give you. You get the last word on the floor here.
No, that's all.
You okay?
I
See?
just want to offer you guys some chips.
Alex, were you ever the social chair in your fraternity?
I was not.
Okay. there you
No,
go.
I don't think so. All right. The one time the
Nice.
guy's not just talking to himself.
Look
All
at
right.
that though.
That's good.
That's good.
All right.
Good job, Alex.
Hey, Roxy, can
Came
you have your jacket?
Came full
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
Can we call Roxy Darts?
Darts. Darts. It's a good nickname.
I like it.
I like it.
Darts is actually the dopest nickname.
This weekend.
Old Roxy Darts over here.
Baby.
Darts and chips coming to the Palladium this week.
You know, in
All
Canada, darts are cigarettes. So
Oh, that's cool too, because my voice, it sounds like I'm in a fucking smoker.
Old Roxy
all my
Darts
life.
over here.
Do you know that I can't hit the board while playing darts?
that makes sense.
It's just not close.
No.
Not close.
That's not surprising. I'm sorry.
So yesterday
get it.
we had Yara Martinez on, and who was great, fit like a glove on this show. It was
Yo, I
amazing.
love her.
She's the best. She's gonna be
She's
on a
so
lot more.
cool.
And we just kind of had a shoot the shit conversation. Roxy and I thought, because if you go, a fan pointed this out.
15 fans.
A lot of them. So there's one point where Yara was sitting where Roxy is, and she leans in and she like backs up and looks like she took a whiff of the mic. And I mean, the clearest day, I was like, holy shit, she smelled the mic and didn't say anything. And someone pointed it out. I texted her and I said, because her and I are friends, so I was just like, we're having this discussion about this stinky mic and that you took a whiff of it. She's like, no, I guess I just have resting fart face or something. I was
No,
like,
did you send her the moment though? Because it's not a face; it's a head
it looks like she takes a
movement.
whiff, but you would have known. You would have remembered if
Maybe
you
she
smelled
wouldn't
it.
have remembered.
It's just
Maybe
like-
a lot going
Maybe
on.
it made her black out because it smells so bad, and then she forgot. Yeah.
It's possible, but
Today it's okay actually.
yeah, she says it wasn't because probably Yara was there, and that's the last person that's been on there. But it was not it was not good.
You guys need to go back and look at it. Somebody wrote it in the codes below.
Right.
She cocked her head
No,
so far
she
backwards.
looks like someone blasted a fart as she was
Like
walking
she just
by.
walked right into a wall of fart.
Yes. But what was funny about that, as Josh is interviewing her and asking a couple questions, at one point he's talking about this show, and I'm very proud of Roxy and myself, because Roxy was sitting where Dorina is, and at one point, clear as day, and we got to get this sound bite, Josh says, "I love Dick," and it's the name of a show, obviously. So
My biopic.
And it's one of the worst shows of all time. Dorina's I Love Dick, like whatever, softcore porn on Cinemax would be better than this Kevin Bacon show.
It's actually I love Dick, not I like Dick.
I love Dick.
Yeah.
What did I say?
That's what you said.
I
love
think
Dick.
it is what he said.
What did you
Oh.
say? Wait, I didn't know what you said.
I love Dick.
You do?
Yeah, I love
All right,
it.
good.
I missed it. What happened?
Dick Cheney, Dick Nixon,
But it was
Dick Trickle.
Yeah, so we had that, and we just looked for like a second. Roxy and I locked eyes and said, "We've got it. We're gonna let it go because we know we're children, but we're gonna let it go." But it was really funny.
Do you know how hard that is for me?
I know.
Were you guys like holding your laugh back? Like, were you smiling?
Yes.
And
Somebody did screenshots of my face in the progression of it.
Oh, okay.
In that moment, somebody
And it was-
caught
and it was accurate.
In the Facebook group.
Yeah.
I go from serious to
Yeah.
like a little kid.
But yeah, and we looked at each other. It was very funny, but we let it go. These are my notes. I have fart hallway.
Oh,
Because
That's good.
oh yeah.
What happened?
well, I get a text.
I like your queef noise better.
Oh my god! Oh, I like felt that one. I didn't.
That's the show.
That's right. No, so I got a
Josh's favorite
I
part
got a
of the
text.
show.
I got a text from Macuga. I think it was on like Friday morning or something.
Saturday morning.
And he's like, are you staying at this hotel?
I said, I was like, 1, are you staying at the AC?
Oh, yeah.
2, are you staying on the 8th floor? 3, did you walk down the hallway this morning and do that fart noise? 4, if it's not you, you got to talk to somebody. Because I wake up at 8:15 and I hear.
Go back to that moment. Sorry, go ahead. They brought up the Yara moment, but I would finish what you're saying, John.
No, so I texted you that, and you go, no. I got to talk to my lawyers. And because there was somebody in the hallway in the morning just going like, or whatever, however the parts you
But
do it.
with
I
their
don't
mouth
know.
or with their butt?
No, that thing that he does.
With the mouth.
That thing, yes.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Can
But
you do it with both at the same time?
Oh. Oh
That
my
was a
god!
wet one, right?
I'm actually gonna just.
Wasn't that a wet one, Roxy? It's like diarrhea for
I hope I get AIDS and hang myself.
Oh,
I cannot.
How dare you? What a millennial. All right, let's bring up.
It was a
bring-
really bad joke, but it was a joke.
Bring up the
guys.
full screen. And then you guys tell
For the listeners at home, you should watch this because it's worth your time.
At 1:33:06 of yesterday's show, we're having a conversation, and Yara is talking. And you guys tell me if we didn't know that she did not smell the mic, would you clearly think that she did smell the mic and wanted to die? Here we go. So here's the clip, and you see her. She looks there's
Smiling.
something. Oh, yeah. You see
is
that
that?
move? You see that move?
I mean,
now
Whiff.
it's a move.
it looks. You go back one more time, please. Yeah, a little
there
more,
you
little more,
go.
little more. You missed it.
Oh yeah, just,
Yeah,
there
right
you
there.
go,
It's
there
right
you
here.
go.
So look at her face. She
Right.
smells.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh.
It's like something.
She smells it and
No,
looks
no,
at
no.
it.
It's because the microphone. She moved it.
Oh yeah, she moved it. You're right. Good call, Dorina.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Damn it,
Dorina.
Dorina.
Yeah, Dorina
World's
figured-
greatest detective.
That's right.
Yeah.
She bumps the. Yeah, she
Call me
bumps the mic.
Sherlock Holmes.
She bumps the mic. Yep. Oh yeah, and then yeah, you're right.
Damn.
Damn
All right,
it.
Dorina figured it out.
You
Sherlock
are
Dorina.
no
Party
fun
pooper.
today.
Sorry. I'm like a really annoying detective.
That's good
I apologize.
though. You're fucking Batman. But anyway, so there you go. Never mind.
Don't
Dorina just
smell
figured it
like.
out. Just ruined the whole bit.
Pissed.
Get out.
This is why I
Yay.
hate women.
Stupid millennials and their sensitivities.
Only one woman on the show. God damn it, Roxy.
Dorina, I have good news for you.
Oh,
no.
shit.
Over the weekend,
No.
when I got back last night,
No.
I watched something.
Nope.
No, you didn't.
I watched something.
Nope.
Well, you don't believe me?
You watched
No.
something.
I watched
You
something.
watched nothing
I
that we watched.
revisited a classic,
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
Great movie.
Watched
it was
Mrs.
a run
Down-
by fruiting.
Yep. Classic moment. Watched
Great
it.
movie.
Teared up a couple times. Missing the old
yeah.
Robbie Wills.
Yeah.
Dude,
And-
that speech at the end where she gives where parents get divorced, because my parents got divorced when I was a kid, always makes me cry.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
and it's funny. I went and then I found myself in a rabbit hole because I started watching like interviews from the kids now, and there's a great interview with the three kids and Pierce Brosnan. It was probably like last year or something that they did it, and they sat around like round table talking about the movie and said exactly what you just did. Is that this movie, it was good comedy. There's a lot of laughs to it, very heartwarming, but it has that message of what's great about it is that the parents don't get back together at the end, and it makes kids realize that family's still family, and the
Right.
message behind it is a really great message. I can watch that movie all day long. It's easily
Are
my
the kids? Because I loved it too, but I don't
Yeah.
remember. Are the kids any working actors now? Or?
One of
one
them was
of
a
them's
Lawrence.
Yes, Matthew Lawrence.
And then, what's her name? Mara Wilson? Is that her name?
Yeah, the
younger
little girl.
Girl
the
that
young
played
one.
Matilda.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
she,
Matilda.
Oh,
She's like a
yeah,
author now.
But the
Yeah.
lead, the
oldest
young-
daughter.
oldest, who looks like Justine Marino.
Yeah.
She was she stopped acting and she like teaches and stuff too.
Oh.
And it was really
Teaches
great.
acting or?
No, she just I forget what she teaches in general, but she had retired. But just watching it and listening to them, and she had said she had battled depression and stuff too. But she remembers when she was on the set, she was 14, and Robin Williams was very open with her about his addictions and things too, and just struggles and having conversations. She said how much that meant to her, how honest he was and giving he was, and it was really cool to kind of revisit that whole thing because I remember seeing that movie in the theater, and I remember
91?
93. And I remember thinking to myself that it was just, what is this movie? Robin Williams dressed up as an old lady? What's
Yeah.
happening? And I wound up going to see it like twice.
Oh man,
Great.
it's probably, I mean, if not top 5 family films of all time, easily, I mean, it could be for me number 1. I mean, it's
He's on
incredible.
fire
The
in
only
that
thing,
movie.
though, the only thing
He's on
is,
fire.
Oh, he's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
since
yeah.
you just saw it recently, isn't Pierce Brosnan's character not a douche, but they kind of paint him like
Paint
a
him
douche?
out.
No. You think you're right. You think he's going to be.
Right.
But he turns out because is that
Pierce
one scene,
Brosnan.
that's another reason I love the movies because of the way that they handle him.
Right.
Normally, that guy's always going to be a dick,
Right.
and he's always going to be that cliche of he did something, he's just trying to fuck
Yeah.
over the mom or
Correct.
do something too. But there's that scene at the beach club, the fruiting.
Driven by
That right
fruiting.
before that happens, he's sitting there with his friend, and he's just like, "Who are you with?" He's like, "I'm with Miranda and her kids," and he's like, "You, the guy that doesn't want to get married?" And he's like, "Why are you with her? Those little rugrats?" And he's like, "They happen to be 3 awesome kids." Is what Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan
Yeah.
says. And, he goes,
Yeah.
and I'm crazy about them.
Yeah.
And the only reason he gets hit in the back of the head with the fruit is because he says to him, he goes, "Well, where's their real dad?" And he's like, let's face it, the guy's a loser.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Doubtfire's shit face, so he throws a thing at him. It's great.
It's
the
great.
movie is great. I
Did you
love
show
it.
your
it's-
daughter?
You know, she was sleeping at the time, but I actually we were talking about what movies that we're going to start showing my 7-year-old, which
Totally.
ones, because it started with a conversation about wrestling, where because Sadie had watched Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, and she's like, "There's no way my daughter's going to continue to watch this." She's
Yeah.
like, "I don't want her to watch women beating each other up." I was like, okay.
Smart.
She's like, "When she gets older, fine." I was like, "Okay, I can do it." She's like,
If
"But
you were single parenting, would you come to the same conclusion?
no." But what I would say is that and we started talking about movies, and then I was thinking about when I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark. I was like 5. My dad took me to see it. And
I was very young,
I
too.
was young. I was
Yeah.
like 5.
It's awesome.
That's when
And-
I saw Alien 5.
Right.
That's why I'm so
No
fucked
wonder.
up.
And I wouldn't, and we were trying to think like which movies would be appropriate now for a 7-year-old. And I was pitching Raiders of the Lost Ark, and my wife goes, "Well, I thought about one." She's like, "What about Back to the Future?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Yeah." I was like, "We really only have like
Little bit of incest.
cursing and
It's a little bit of
essentially
Oedipal complex.
Marty is there to
Yeah.
to sexually assault his mother in the car at the end. That's really
For
why.
a good reason, though.
but that's why he's there. But and he can't go through with that, obviously. But little things and the serious shit line, and a couple things there too. But for the most part, she'll be able to handle it.
Oh,
That's the
for
next one we're going to show.
What's the thing that stops you usually? Is it the cursing? Is it
My wife.
sexual? But like,
No.
what is the? Are you scared of violence? Are you scared of nudity? Are you scared of cursing?
Yeah, I think the cursing stuff for now and depending on what the movie is, because I think she's ready for the Marvel movies. I mean, I think she'd be interested in it too. But my wife is.
Has she seen the
violence.
Batman, the Tim Burton Batmans?
No, not yet. Like the violence part of it is finally because now that she's 7, I think we're starting to ease into it.
Sure.
But like
When will she see Bad Boys 2? That's
she's watched all of them twice.
Oh, nice.
She's probably going to see The Thing before you.
Probably will. It's true.
Your friends Frosty, Heidi, and Frank were talking about The Thing this morning.
Were they?
Yeah,
Before
heard
I was
them
on?
talking
What
about
time? I was on this morning.
it. No, you weren't.
I 100% was on this morning.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock.
It was at 9.
Oh.
What time?
9.
9?
Yeah.
There it is.
You were on at 8?
8. I'm on at 8
yeah, on
every
Thursday.
Thursday morning. Yeah, I'm not lying to you.
I can't believe I listened to the show and I've never heard you on it.
Well, because I told them because they always Sammy, the producer, always
Because your GPS is too busy going, make a U-turn.
right. Please,
Make a U-turn.
and I
stop.
know
Leave me alone.
I feel otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I always get the text yesterday, movies ? Because they want to know what to talk about. And last night the one was the horror movie that
La La Llorona.
yes.
La Llorona.
Did you go see it?
No. And
You
I
can call it La Dorina.
and I
La
told them.
Dorina. Yeah, that makes sense.
I told him that I wasn't going to be able to, and I said, if you want to talk about Star Wars Celebration, the trailer, and all that other stuff, then that's what we did. And then we played that game. Well, you wouldn't know.
It's a great game.
What's the game?
It's a really cool game.
It's a cool game. They basically hold up a name of a movie, and you have to like say one word to describe the movie, and then the caller
Goes
call
around
and
the
then
thing.
guess.
So like you would say a word, she would say a word, I would say a word,
Right.
and then stop, and then the person would have to guess.
Right. So it's like a Back to the
Let's-
Future.
Person has to
I
guess
want to
what?
play
The
games.
movie.
Let's
Oh.
play games
We-
sometime.
well,
Here.
he needs to come up with some games. That's what
Yeah.
he's here for. He's great. at
Josh
it.
makes great games.
He does. We just haven't done it. We should put up.
Do you remember the OG Between the Sheets games that he would play
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end? Those shot games and whatever. Those were
Still in Josh Macuga show,
so
too. Same thing.
fun.
let's
Bring
do
them
that.
here. Bring
What's
them
that?
here.
Let's do some games.
Yeah.
I'm only going to do it on my show. I'll bring some other games to hear.
Yeah. Those old games. The ones we used to play, and we should do something. I want to get callers involved. And speaking of which, we're going to get callers involved because we are going to do a game today. At the end of the show, we're going to be giving away a giveaway from Glass, the movie Glass. And the way we're going to do that is that we're going to have some people call in, and we're going to do 5 questions pertaining to this show, Collider Live. And we're going to see how hardcore of a Collider Live fan you are. So I would not call in if you don't know because you're going to get hung up on.
What are the questions?
No, no, one side.
But what kind of thing? Are we playing sound bites and asking
No,
who
it'll be
says
like
it?
questions. So for
Want some
example,
cookies?
it would be something along the lines of what Jean-Claude Van Damme had a famous line on this show that we use over and over and over again.
Right.
Well, what would that be? And then it's you want some cookies?
I said
Yeah,
yes.
that's correct. Right.
Interesting.
glass of
What's
milk.
in the glass giveaway?
Riley, do you have that?
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
have?
There's one Glass branded wireless mouse. You get a Blu-ray copy of Unbreakable. You get a Blu-ray copy of Split, and you get an ultra high def Blu-ray Glass copy signed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Whoa.
That. So
You know
it's a
what's
pretty
cool?
big one.
Yeah.
All those things, but that mouse situation.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of my sticky ass pad.
Yeah.
Do you?
So many jokes.
Yep. Really walked into that.
I hit a wall.
On the computer, that thing it like freezes on me.
Oh, Roxy
Well, then
darts.
stop making
not,
it so sticky.
So maybe you can answer
Can't
the
help
questions.
it. Well, I got the glass package
I'm
as well.
supposed to get it. I got to figure out where the hell it is. I haven't got to my house yet.
Speaking of questions,
What you got, Bill?
dude, 9 days in a row, James Holtzhauer on Jeopardy
Oh,
shattered
oh, yeah.
every single
Yes.
record.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's still killing the same guy you were telling us about?
Yes. So he now has the top 4 games all time in
Okay.
35 years of Jeopardy. Nine in a row. Okay.
That's crazy.
9?
Yes.
Yeah, 9 in a row. The top 4 games all time. He broke the single game record again last night, $131,000
Holy
in
farts.
one game. 9 days, $650K. Okay, as comparison, Ken Jennings won 76 games in a row, $2.5 million. This guy's already over 600K
7 days.
in 9
9 days.
games.
Wow.
That's crazy.
He is like he's shattering everything.
He's going to put
It's-
them out of business.
He's going to bankrupt Jeopardy. It's crazy.
Or is
and
he bringing more money because more viewership?
It's a good question.
I am
but
it's funny because I want to actually watch now. It's so funny though because the question is again. I hope there's no scandal behind this.
Right.
I hope there's always a
makes you
scandal.
think that,
but
though?
Jeopardy, there's never been a scandal behind Jeopardy, and they would. I mean, unless he's
Never
somehow
say never.
cheating or he figured it out
Right.
or he did something
Right.
because he's buzzing in before everybody. You can tell some of the people know some of the answers, but he's just like ding, ding,
Do we have any
ding,
clips of
ding,
this guy? What's his
ding.
name?
His name is James Holtzhauer.
Bring up James Holtzhauer. I want to see it a little bit.
And he's a professional sports gambler. That's his
Yeah,
job.
there he is.
And so he goes all in. And
Perfect game, huh?
dude.
He's the best of all time.
It's insane how much better he is than anybody that's
How
ever
do
played
these
the game.
people
Bring
know
that up,
so
bring that up.
much? Do
That
they?
one.
Do they?
He's a savant. This guy's a savant.
Let's see.
Study?
Hold on. Turn it up a little bit.
Has the 3 highest one-day totals.
Young
for
kid.
Winnings.
He's got that
Oh my
funny,
God,
awkward
that-
smile.
yeah.
Yes.
Buried someone in his garage.
Yeah, that's
What?
exactly.
The mashed potato.
Yes. You've become a celebrity now. Going to be a lot of pressure on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Is Raleigh, Gary, Rice Price,
And he goes all in.
11,914. What is Brain Trust?
That's it.
And
Is he like a genius?
look at this. There's 2 women at 3,000. He has 38K.
What is Stand By Your Man?
You're right.
No, look.
What?
I think he's a robot.
69,000.
Holy shit!
Watch.
Paul, 71,000.
Watch his Final Jeopardy bet.
Granny, is your grandma still alive?
No.
Look at this.
Add some more
60K. He bet on
You
Final
have just
Jeopardy
set
because
a
nobody was ever
one-day
going to touch him.
record.
Even if he lost it, he still would have won by $5,000.
$127.
So
how much? He's made almost $1 million, right?
no, he's
650,000.
650,000. And dude, the thing is that if any of the games were close, you'd be like, okay, he's had some close ones.
Right. No one's
there
been
hasn't
close.
been with anybody within $40,000 of them.
Could they bring Ken Jennings in for a fight?
Okay, so that's what we were talking about
People
last
gotta be
night.
talking about that,
So
right?
Brad Rutter, who was on the Schmodown with Sam Levine, right?
Yes.
He is the only person in the history of Jeopardy to go undefeated. It's because back in the day on Jeopardy, you could only win 5 games in a row. If you won
Right.
5
Yeah,
games in a
yeah,
row,
yeah.
they gave you a card.
That
and
was
you
when
were done.
Rutter was on?
And that's when Rutter was on. And then they brought him on. He's won like 2 Tournament of Champions. He just won the Masters
Right.
when they
Because
did
it's
the
like
team tournament.
It's like deeming up to be like Ali Frazier. you know,
Totally,
right?
yeah. And then Ken Jennings won 76 in a row. He's come in second in the Tournament Champions. He just came in second in the team thing. There's Buzzy Cohen who won the Tournament Champions last year. Who's pretty good. But if it's like Brad Rutter, Ken Jennings, and this dude, it would be a match. But the way this guy is playing right now, this has never been seen. In 35 years of Jeopardy, nothing even close to this.
So this is the
as
best
far as
route.
winning
This
goes.
is like what happened when Tiger Woods hit the scene
Totally.
in like '96.
Has
Totally.
he talked about his past and why he knows this stuff?
Like 2 nights ago, Alex asked, "How do you know so much?" And he said, "Yeah, I mean, I studied a little bit. I only read the things that I like, but I started studying things and filling in the holes." And Alex was like, "Yeah, you pretty much filled in all the holes because he's not, dude. I'm telling you, it is a machine. He's the Terminator. He's the Terminator.
Could we call Alex Trebek chips?
He'd love it. I'm sure.
Do you think he'd be good on the movie Trivia Schmodown?
I think he'd be great.
Probably.
He knows every time it's
Well,
movie TVs.
Brad
Brad
Rutter
Rutter
ate
wasn't.
it.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
Brad Rutter ate it.
No, movie trivia is a specific
Right.
Yeah,
thing. You got to know your movies
Right.
really well.
Sam was like, I'm bringing in a ringer with Rutter, and then him and Sam got knocked out against
Knocked out.
Perry and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Tough beats.
Right.
That was their only win.
Ever.
And
Yeah.
then they
And now
switched.
Sam obviously
Sam's
climbed
a
the
legend
ranks.
now.
And
Yeah.
Sam's a legend. But I'm telling you, this James Holtzhauer dude, it's not even fair. I'm just watching to see if anybody comes just sort of close.
Yeah.
After the first round of Jeopardy yesterday, he went all in on his double Jeopardy. He missed it, which is crazy, and then made enough money where he's still $5,000 above everybody after the first round. The 2 women rang in 3 total
Is he like
times.
Rain Man?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it? But I mean, is he like? Is
He's
there,
Rain Man.
Driver.
Is he autistic?
No. We were talking about he's got to be on the spectrum of like maybe an Asperger's.
Right.
He is a savant. He's a brain savant. He just knows everything.
It's just
Everything.
incredible because I can't even remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know how these people.
He's got
Does
this
he have a
super memory.
significant other?
He's married with a kid.
Wow.
They're probably stoked.
Jumping through.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The question
But
is
he's
why.
also a professional sports gambler, so he's not hurting for money.
But that's what I want to know. I want to know like how he why he took so long. Because he's only 26, 27 or something.
I don't know how old he is.
Whatever.
I
he is,
think
but,
you could look
but
it up,
why he
but-
took so if he knows this much, either how long it took him to get to Jeopardy or
Yeah.
like why
Well, that's
did he
what
know
I'm
Because
this?
it's
saying,
not
yeah.
easy to get into.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but when you're this
when you're
smart-
that good. Yeah, it's like
I mean, take the test, you get on. It's unless Jeopardy's like, I don't know, we can't put him on. He's
Yeah.
too good. He's too good. He's
Right.
too
like
good.
he legit makes me. I don't think I've watched an episode of Jeopardy in 10, maybe 15 years.
Okay.
I would want to set my DVR to watch it now.
My buddy was over last night. We had a couple friends over last night that are staying with us from out of town, and he never watches Jeopardy. And so we're sitting there, and I'm just like, I got some of the answers, whatever we're talking, and I was like, just dude, watch this guy. And he was just in awe. It's
right.
It's like watching Tiger
Jordan,
Woods.
or
It's like
Jordan
Jordan.
play, yeah.
So, totally. Yeah.
And, well, that's the whole thing. Is like everything, every sport, every game, there just comes that special player, and everything that just comes around. It's every 20, every 30, every 40 years, and it's just like and you
the
watch.
Michael Phelps
Okay,
of
so
that.
like
You're just watching greatness.
Michael Phelps won everything. He had some close races, right?
This guy's nothing.
Jordan. This is like Jordan playing against a 5th grade rec league,
Right?
Everybody, and these are genius
Jordan
people that are
playing in
going
the
against
50s.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
if I were Ken Jennings, I would totally want to play.
I
him.
know.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying
or not.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you still have this air of
Give him
like
a best
kinda,
of 3.
Yeah. Because
kinda
what if
thing.
Ken Jennings goes in there after being like the best of all time and they get smoked?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want him to play Watson.
Who's that?
The IBM computer.
Oh,
when they played the IBM
Oh,
computer a couple
right,
years
right.
ago, which is really fun to watch because like
Watson, Lewis
IBM.
Watson.
so man,
Lewis Watson had a good run.
he was good.
He was good.
Yeah,
Remember Lewis Watson from what was he from Missouri?
yeah, Missouri. It was great.
No.
Back '89, I think Lewis Watson had that 5-day run. It was great.
Didn't exist. But thank you, Roxy.
I'm part of the bit.
How many people tell you that you remind them of Drew Barrymore?
Growing up a ton.
Because I've never
Growing
put
up
it,
a ton.
I've never
I'm
put it
just
together
seeing it now.
until today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really had a big
it's one
Drew
of my
Barrymore.
it's one of my favorites of the compliments.
I think it's the hair. This is the lipstick. Definitely doing it today.
Were you an ET?
I wish.
Yeah, but you did it was just that kind of little move you did right there. I was like, that's a very Drew Barrymore-esque thing.
Yeah,
Totally.
I
Drew
did get
Barrymore
that.
in Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a good movie.
Great movie.
Let me tell you something.
What's that?
We
You hate
got
Wedding Singer?
No, I love Wedding Singer. It's one of my favorite movies of
that
all
was
time.
going to be a big reveal.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Actually dressed up. Went with a ex-girlfriend to a Halloween party. She was dressed as Julia Gulia in the outfit, and I was Robbie Hart with the green.
Nice. And the hair.
I sang.
Picture?
I
Growing Old With
sang Growing Old with You. No, not Growing Old with You.
Love Stinks.
The one where
Somebody Kill Me, Please.
Thank you. I sang that in front of 250 people at this party. They played it, and I had the guitar and everything too, and I just was belting and screaming. There's a picture of me, actually.
Where's the picture?
I have it at home. I'll bring it.
Okay,
I'll bring
you
it
have
in.
that.
I'll bring it
That's
in.
awesome.
Was it during
I'll
No
post
Rhyme, No Reason time?
No, this was during college.
Oh,
This was
nice.
during college.
I can't believe yesterday with Yara talking about the no rhyme, no
Yeah.
reason with you being like, breathe like that, turn that way.
Comedy is more so than Schmoedown.
So good.
The comedy, you got to hit the bits, otherwise get the fuck out.
I love
so
that.
good.
I went. My brother and I went. Not obviously, I wasn't dating my brother, but my brother and I went as Billy Madison and the Penguin one year for Halloween. So like
Right.
another Adam Sandler duo. And then I've always wanted to go as Happy Gilmore with like I don't want to wear the Boston Bruins, and with Virginia Bennett.
Right.
Those are
But
great.
in the
Yeah. I was going somewhere with that before we got into the Wedding Singer thing, though, too. Had something I wanted to say. and
Roxy, Drew Barrymore bit.
Oh, yes. Got it. So we got an email the other day. This is not confirmed, because normally we don't do this with the guests, because it always falls through. Okay. But I would be silly to pass on this guest, because I know all the jokes that'll come through for the audience watching, and I know it'll be
Dane Cook.
Yes. So Dane was pitched. Is it confirmed?
No.
No. Okay, but it was pitched. So Dane Cook was pitched, and he and I have never. Well, we took that picture at Rogue One, ran into him when we used to perform back in the day at Dublin's, but never a full-on conversation on the air ever. So it'd be very interesting to have that.
I'd like that
combo with.
And
him.
I don't want anybody else to be in the room. I just want it to be
just you two.
So it's like Van Damme and Face Off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want Roxy.
He's supposed to come on another show that I do.
He's a Boston guy.
in the
Well, he's
last
very
3
close
times.
with Kevin and Maria.
Yeah. But he also performs all the time still,
Right.
and last minute has to do things. But I have so many questions for him because of how hard Boston turned their back on him.
Right. I think we need an hour with him.
Oh, I just want to know more about how he feels about all of that and
Reilly, can we
his
get-
career and.
Can we shoot for an hour and see if we can get him for an
I
hour?
He's on a tight schedule.
Is he?
Yeah, he's doing what's the show he's doing? He's doing a morning show and then coming around. So,
but it looks like we might
He's
get
had
him.
a
yeah, it looks like we
crazy
might
life.
have him. We have a spot held for him right now, awaiting further instructions.
All right.
You guys know about like all of his loss and everything. He's had an insane
Like what?
life.
What do you mean lost?
Like
His
he-
brother stole his money or something.
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, but then he lost both of his parents within a month of each other.
Holy
or
shit, no.
something.
When did that happen?
like a couple years ago. I'm pretty
no, I
sure.
didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure
That
that happened.
What
He-
happened?
I think one died of
Heart attack or something?
Yeah, completely different. I'll look it up right now,
Yeah,
but I remember reading about that.
We'll
It
look
was
it up
like
during the
within,
break because I think we're going to go to break.
within such a short period.
Yeah, we had 12 minutes before we go to break, but this is it'll be. I thought it was 11, but we can definitely we're gonna have him on. We have Joe Carnahan on. We're getting some really great guests here lately, and
I'm gonna fanboy out on Joe Carnahan.
Yeah, as you should.
Same.
Yeah,
as
same.
you should. Riley,
wear that pink
let's
lipstick.
get
I
into
love
some. Let's a lot of nonsense so far. So I think we covered that. Let's get into some news here. Anything new?
Yeah, some big
Wow.
news happening all over the place. We'll start with Marvel. Kevin Feige did confirm that the Disney Plus series, he did confirm Loki, he did confirm Scarlet Witch, and that they are going to be very, very interconnected to the movies.
Cool.
And that was just, we kind of knew that going out.
But we don't know what phase, though, right?
We don't know what phase, no, but he says these episodes will intersect with the movies in a very, very big way. It's totally new form of storytelling that we get to play with and explore.
I get so confused. What phase are we in? This
is coming up to 4.
Four.
It's about to begin 4. This ends 3.
Ends 3.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the importance of phases? Because I know that's a schmoes thing too, and I've never quite understood.
I think we just took that from Marvel, right? Or just
No, we didn't actually. We were doing it. It was
before Marvel, right?
Is it
was
about
around the
like
same.
refreshing and rejuvenating?
It's just like think of it like chapter. It's like a
Yeah.
chapter.
Okay.
And so where the same like for us, phase 1 was the first chapter was just no cameras, mics just in my kid's room before she was even born.
I think our phases were locations.
And
Yeah,
depending
kind
on,
of.
it was locations and depending on like production value.
Yeah, yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like phase 2, what the hell? What phase 2 was when we actually started to get a real producer, did more audio, but it was just a better
Was that Toad
better
Hop?
step. No, phase 3 was Toad Hop.
And phase 4 was
And
afterwards?
No.
phase 3, Toad Hop had 2 locations because remember we were
Yes,
at
it was the John Lovitz.
John Lovitz,
Yeah.
and then it was
When did-
and we were.
When did it start?
Welcome.
What year was it?
2011 was the first iteration. It was phase 1. It was right. It was because Mark and I were doing Adam Carolla's show 2010, and we were doing it for about a year. And I can't
in the
remember.
back of Amalfi, wasn't it? Adam Carolla?
No. He's got his studio over here.
Okay.
And we were going on for about a year.
The car studio?
Yeah. And one of the producers I can't remember which one it was, said to us, "Why don't you guys do your own podcast?" And we're like, "We don't know. We just never really thought we
And
would
you
YouTube.
still don't know.
And we still
Good
don't.
idea.
We still had we have a YouTube channel, but we haven't really utilized that YouTube channel for. At the time, we had like 4,000 subscribers,
Right.
and then we did, and we started the podcast. Mark and I said, kind of like this better. We just can talk for like an hour, just bullshitting with each other. And then it just kind of evolved, and here we are today.
And I didn't even know you, and I'd done 2 episodes of the Schmoes Know podcast from my living room.
No, you knew me before. The first thing you did was you did a review. You did,
Yeah, but we had never met.
Right, in the review.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
yeah.
the podcast. That was
What did you review?
No, because remember, Ellis and I
date.
did that. Yeah, due date, and then Take Me Home Tonight. Was
Yes,
the,
those
was
were the 2 that you did. Yeah, because by 2011, you did. I had met you, I think, at that point. Maybe.
Okay.
I
No,
think
because
so.
Ellis
Gracie-
came over to do like a Christmas episode with
Yeah.
Alonzo Duralde.
because that was when my daughter was born.
Yeah.
and I couldn't, and I was on hiatus for like 4 episodes.
Right, but we still hadn't met yet. The first time
that
we
right?
actually met
Spider-Man,
was,
right?
Yes.
Amazing Spider-Man. That's
Yeah.
right. That was 2012. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. It was because we were with Catherine Reitman.
Yep.
You've been watching her show,
Dude,
right?
it's great.
Is it great?
Oh, Working Moms is fantastic.
Really?
Oh, it's so good.
So she was working on that show because it was like Canadian Netflix
Yeah,
or something for a
CBC.
bit. Yeah, and then it got picked up to regular Netflix.
Yeah.
And good on her. She's one of the funniest women one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
It's such
Her
a
timing-
heartwarmingly hysterical show. It really is. It has both. It's really heartwarming. It's
Yeah.
great. She plays an amazing mom. Her husband, her actual
Phil
husband, is the
her dad.
husband
Yeah,
in the show.
Yeah, I saw that in the first episode. I watched
Yeah.
the first episode of it.
And it's super funny. And it's very, very honest.
Yeah.
If I ever hang out with like my sister-in-law who has 3 kids and some of her friends that have 3 kids, sometimes they're just like, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure Sadie, you, same
Yeah.
thing. It's just like it's a very honest series, but it's very funny, very heartwarming. It has an amazing arc in the first season. Really
Is it
cool.
kind of like Tully in the sense that it's just very real about having
It's
kids?
a little more, but it's a little more comedy.
But it's not.
comedy, yeah.
It's not as dark.
Right.
Okay.
She is her
that
timing.
movie.
She was
It's
she
good.
was our first ever co-host. Ever. It was her, then it was Katie Sackhoff, and then Tiffany. Those were the first like 3. But
And then what? Alicia?
then Alicia took over for Tiffany, and then Sasha came in, and Miri came in, and then and then you were in for a little bit
Yeah.
during that time, and then as we
And Kathy for a little bit too, or does that?
Kathy
only
Kelly,
guest.
no, she was a guest.
Oh.
She was a guest, but the regular co-host.
Maud?
Maud would guess.
Guest. Yeah, the regular co-hosts
You're
were
wearing her shirt.
Maud's.
That is a
Her
Maud shirt.
clothing line is crushing it right now. She's doing
What?
doing really well. Maud,
She has
yeah.
Name of the
Shop
clothing
what?
line.
Yeah. What shop?
What?
Oh, that's
she's always been.
I'm
She's done very well.
confused.
I know. I was confused there. She's also does New Rock Stars, which is really good. So
Oh, she is legitimately killing
She
it.
is.
It's unbelievable.
she's a hard worker too, man.
Oh my God, she's crushing.
But anyway, so Catherine was just her natural timing, and we had a great chemistry with her, me and Mark, and we lost her once we went to Phase 3.
Phase 3.
Yeah, because she was there for all of Phase 2, and then we moved over to Phase 3. And
Because she just couldn't.
it was hard because we went from being an anytime show on Phase 2 to was like, okay, when does it work for you? Let's record at 3 or 4 o'clock, and we'll knock out 3 of these things.
To
To
live.
being live. We started morning. It was 9 in the morning at the John Lovitz Club. Thank you for being here so early. But it was
Mala hooch.
Okay. But anyway, so that's when Mark and I just started doing it ourselves, and then Katie came on, and Katie was just guest, and we were friends for a while, and she was sitting there, and at the end of it, she's like, "I'm on break for a little bit." I was like, "Do you want to co-host the show?" She's like, "Yeah." So how long? She's like, "Until I can." I'm like, "All right,
great."
So and she was like 5, 6 months or something.
That's
so it was
great.
good. Yeah, it was cool.
Catherine also had that channel. What was her channel called? Do you remember?
Breaking it down.
Breaking it down. Her
Yeah.
videos were awesome.
She
They were
did-
break it down.
She was so. They were
Yeah.
so highly produced, and it was like
Easily.
the schmoes. She would always kind of like make fun of you guys. Like, it's just 2 dudes in front of a camera. I'm spending my whole life
Yeah.
savings on breaking it down.
Well, it was
funny.
the big channels at the time it was Jeremy Johns, Jeremy. Sorry, everybody. People don't like when I say Jeremy Johns.
Well, why do you do that?
That's just my way I fucking talk.
But it makes it
Same
sound
as
like
in
an
Mario.
insult. It's like chips. Jeremy.
I don't call him Germ Boy. I said Jeremy.
He's Jeremy.
It's
Thank
just
you.
the New York. You bury the R.
Right.
That's
Say,
fine.
my daughter gives me shit when I say Mario.
Yeah.
It's Mario, Dad.
Yeah.
It is.
Whatever.
I say Mario. No, I say
Yeah,
Mario.
Whatever it is. And so tomato.
It's a me.
But
Jeremy.
yeah. But anyway, it was me. It was him. And Stuckman was kind of coming up though.
Yeah.
Catherine had more subs than Stuckman at the time. And then, it was because it was so highly produced. She's like, I can't put the work in this too.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of took off. Her channel would have blown up because she
for sure.
Her and Harry. She used to kill Harry every episode.
Harry
That's
was
what it
funny. I
Yeah,
liked
she
him.
would find a
Yeah.
way to kill Harry every episode, which was really good.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
Kenny. Anyway, that's a
Who
nice.
killed Kenny?
It's me, Mario.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mario. I was going down memory lane there. It was very nice. But because of that, I think we missed out on majority of the stories. So we have to come back to them.
Oh, are we on break?
We're going to go to break. We'll go to break. When we get back from break, we'll hit some
We
more
just
of
buried
these
that
stories.
Marvel story.
We'll talk about Marvel a little bit more because we didn't talk about it at all.
Poor
Talk about Catherine
Reilly.
Reitman. We'll talk about Marvel. We will talk about Master Chief being cast. And then we're going to give you guys a chance to win the glass giveaway. It's a really cool giveaway. So you know enough about Collider Live? Don't call in if you don't, you rats.
Hey, Collider fans, John Roca here. Look that behind me. There it is, Collider Sports. That's right, that is happening. We've got some great programming on there already. For those of you that have already watched, thanks so much. We got so much coming down the pike. We're talking about NFL. We're going to talk about NBA. There's plans about NHL. Golf is in the equation now. And, of course, the Premier League show that I host with Jack Hind, that's been in motion for the last couple of weeks. And then an MMA show is on the way from Dennis Zhang, me, and Jay Williams. All those things are happening here at Collider. And look, we want to hear from you, so we want you to listen. We want you to watch. If you're a sports fan, even if you're not a sports fan, we might entertain you, teach you something new about a sport that you may not have known much about, or maybe so deep into it that you wanted to learn even more about it. We've got you covered. You can do that. Follow us on iTunes and on YouTube. You can there watch all the shows or listen to all the shows that you want, and then leave us comments and rate the shows as well and review them. And then let us know what other sports you want us to cover. Look, we're not touching rugby. I'll just tell you that right now. That's as far out as we'll go, or cricket. But maybe in the future, if we go Collider worldwide, that's certainly a possibility. But for right now, Collider Sports is there for you. Take a look at it, take a watch, and let us know what you think.
Oh, hi guys. It's Perry here, and I am going to tell you about The Witching Hour. It is the show that I host along with Collider.com's Haley Fouch. It is in podcast form on the Collider Factory feed, and we also have the video up and running every Tuesday for you right there on the Collider Podcast YouTube channel. We talk about everything horror. We're talking TV, movies, the newest releases. We talk about movies that are celebrating anniversaries. We've even talked about books. It's crazy. If it is scary, we are talking about it on The Witching Hour. We also have so many filmmaker interviews, really cool stuff. It's all coming your way every single Tuesday on The Witching Hour. Check it out. Collider Factory and the Collider Podcast YouTube channel. Ugh.
Hello, Collider Live. My name is Amy Dallin.
And I'm Coy Jandro, and we host a little show we love called Collider Heroes. And it is all of the things we love about movies, TV, comics themselves, all the breaking news, trailers, photos, but not paparazzi photos.
All of the superhero stuff we love, all of the indie comic stuff we love, all the stuff you had no idea was based on comics.
80 years of comic lore have led to this show, and many years in film and TV, and we're living in a golden age of comics, and we want to share all of that zeal with you folks.
So we talk about the stuff that's coming out, we talk about what we hope is coming out, we do fantasy casting of things that should exist, why don't they exist?
And we do your Twitter questions asking directly to us what we think of certain things, and every single week, since we both actually love and read physical comics buy in print, we have a comic pull list where our 5 biggest favorite books of the week come out, and we dive into those with you guys.
You can buy digital, I'll forgive you, as long as you're paying for your comics. It's all good.
But if you buy in print, you can bag them and board them, and then they're worth more later, because comics are like certain things from the 90s that are totally worth the value. Buy comics, buy in print. Digital's never worth anything later. Buy in print, keep comic stores alive.
Or we can debate collector's items all day long. We can debate casting, we can debate movie news, we can have all of our friends come join us, as we frequently do. We can ask professionals about their work. We've had some amazing guests come by the show.
Yep. We try to
catch it
people
every Wednesday
that are on these properties that also love comics. You hear what it's like from their perspective, from inside, from outside, and this is all with the focus of bringing all this news to you guys. And we're here every Wednesday on Collider, and we love this stuff and want to share it with you guys.
We'll see you then.
Hey guys, Reilly here, and let me tell you about the Reilly Roundtable. That's right, they gave Reilly his own podcast. The Reilly Roundtable is on its new home. It drops every Thursday. The Reilly Roundtable is a little bit about everything. It's about movies and life and movies and everything in between. I like to have on special guests for discussions like Justice League versus Batman v Superman, for discussions about wine tasting, for discussions about UFOs, and everything in between. That's right, the Reilly Roundtable drops on Thursdays on the One-on-One with Kristian Harloff podcast feed, and later on Collider Video's own podcast video network. So check it out every Thursday, the Reilly Roundtable. See you there.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, one of the hosts for Collider Sports Time. That's our new show there on the Collider Sports Network. It's our flagship show, just like Collider Movie Talk. We get on, talk about a bunch of sports issues of the day and what is burning up social media, what topics are burning up social media. That's what we do on Collider Sports Time. I'm joined by my top 10 co-host, Matt Nost. Me and him, we welcome a bevy of guests every week to talk about NFL, the Major League Baseball playoffs, NHL, and the NBA, which is starting up soon. We're going to talk about that. We also get into UFC stuff, college football, all the stuff that's happening in the world of sports. We're going to cover it on Collider Sports Time. And we're going to take the time to break it all down and give our opinions and our unique takes and unfiltered thoughts on what we think about the sports news of the day. So don't forget to join us every week on Monday for the Collider Sports Time show on the Collider Sports Network. And don't forget to subscribe on the Collider Sports Network on YouTube and on the Collider Sports podcast feed. We're going to bring you all kinds of stuff. Hope to hear from you soon.
Good soundbite, Cody.
Well, we got chips, and he's not playing at the Palladium tonight. It is time for movie news. And we're going to talk about it here. There's let's go back to that Marvel story.
Okay.
Pretty cool that
What was that?
All right, stop. That drives me nuts, actually.
Good restaurant job.
The thing is, remember, Feige wasn't really involved in the Marvel shows when Daredevil and all those. So anytime he was ever asked about Connected, he's like, it's a separate thing. He's involved heavily in this, so why wouldn't you tie it in? I think he's got a chance to do what Star Wars can do as well, and just tie everything into the films, and it would be really, especially the fact that you have the actual stars, because sometimes what TV used to be TV was like the downgrade to the film.
Well, because Jeff Loeb was running it, and he had basically 2 successes, basically.
I'm not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you used to make films out of, like, look, for example, look at Splash TOO when it became like a
Favorite movie of all time.
But it became like a television movie.
We should
You're
really
not
do
getting
the
Tom
DVD
Hanks for that
commentary.
thing.
Yeah, no.
You're not getting Daryl Hannah for that thing. TV used to be you couldn't get the big stars for it. But now
Meryl
Scarlett
Streep's
Johansson, Scarlett Johansson will be in this series. Jeremy Renner will be in this. The people who played the characters.
Totally.
It's a
So you
different
can
game.
continue. You can continue the lore. So I like this. I think that I've been banging the drum about it. I think that this is the brand new way to really. I think it is going to eclipse the storytelling in film.
Well, I think. Okay, sorry. go ahead.
Yesterday, you said that you would rather watch The Mandalorian than Episode 9. So that just right there shows what TV has done as compared
Easily.
based on Game of Thrones.
You saw the leaked footage.
Yeah, I did.
Did you like the leaked footage?
I did. I just hate watching it that way.
I know. But you saw what I was saying?
Yeah, obviously it looks
It's
dope.
so cool.
I mean, I don't agree. I would rather see Episode 9. And as a TV is, it's so hard in this room because every other room that I'm in it, I can just say I'm the biggest TV fan
Right.
ever. When I'm in the room with Josh, we go tit for tat.
Right.
But like that's everything to me, and I still would rather see Episode 9.
Yeah, I
Well, yeah,
understand.
because it's a new Star Wars movie. I
Right.
mean, it doesn't get bigger than that. Even though I'm super excited about Mandalorian.
I
for sure.
get it, and I know that most people. I'm going to be in the minority with most people, but it's just. I think you're going to get a more consistent story from start to finish from
agree.
Mandalorian, as where it's clear. Whether you like it or whether you like the movies or not, there's no plan for the movies in general. There was never a plan. It's you get a movie, you get a movie, you get a movie.
Are you
go.
Oprah?
Well, yeah. The Kathleen Kennedy should certainly was.
I have an important
Hey,
question.
you get a movie.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
I have an important question.
Yeah.
Is it true that a droid that looks like IG-88 starts shooting stuff?
Yes.
Because somebody sent me a GIF.
Yeah.
But now they're saying it's IG-11, which whatever.
I
He
said
still
it.
looks
When
super awesome.
I was saying it
Clearly
right away.
IG-7 guys.
No, well, when it started, people went nuts when they saw the droid, and everyone's like, "Oh, IG-88." I'm like, "That's not you don't know that's IG-88.
Right.
That's just an IG droid."
Which one's IG-8? Is that the one in like Phantom Menace and
Empire.
stuff?
No,
Oh,
Empire.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Yeah, and Empire. Bring up the Empire. Just type in
Clueless.
Empire Strikes Back bounty hunter scene, and you should see the picture of it. And
Who's IG-11?
there he goes. He's right there.
I guess
might
it's
be in
this
The
new
Mandalorian.
droid that looks like IG-88.
Yeah, but why are they naming him 11?
Well, it's probably the 11th one as opposed to the 88th.
But
one.
how do people know that?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Canon.
That's why.
Because nerds.
Yeah, I don't think it's 88. It's also, but the other thing is too, it actually takes place after Empire Strikes Back, so 11's still running out there. It's like an old asteroid.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
You'll be rusty.
But maybe
Yeah.
they have the same skills, which is
True.
awesome because
Yeah, yeah.
poison darts and flamethrowers. and-
Right.
Arm
But
darts.
it very well could be. It very well could be IG-88. But the point is, you get to see an IG droid shooting shit
so
up.
excited.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It was even watching it, excuse me, bootleg, and that clearly the security guard that yelled at you did not get to that
Not
guy.
to them.
But it looks awesome. I mean, it just looks so friggin' cool. I know that it's probably not as a Star Wars purist to say something, but I want him to take that mask off. But I don't know if he will the entire show. Do you?
Yeah, no, it's funny that you say that because you would assume that you have Pedro Pascal, you
For
want
marketing
to take his
purposes.
mask off. But I thought the most mysterious thing, I thought Boba Fett lost a lot of his mystery once they figured out, oh, look, look at this kid. That's who it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I liked it that he just had the Mandalorian helmet
Yeah.
on.
Even though I was disappointed with Phasma not being as bad as I hoped she would, I liked that she never took the
Never.
mask. Yeah.
Never.
I
Except
think
you
it's
saw
better.
it cracking her
Yeah, yeah.
for a second. But anyway, just kind of jumping back to the fact that now Marvel has these series, they have these the actors locked in, and it ties back in. It's a way to develop these characters even more so because the spectacle, like Endgame. Endgame's going to be a big spectacle, but you have 3 hours to close out the story.
Only.
But
Yeah,
you're really
I know.
right. It is. But it is only, even though it's a 3-hour movie, which is long for a movie, you want to develop it. But Roxy, do you like what they're doing here with the Marvel series?
Yeah, it's so up my alley. I mean, I love it. Obviously, it depends on if they're good, which I'm hoping they will be, because I don't know if they're going to win Emmys or not. You can't press me on that. But I think that at the end of the day, it's a no-brainer because of this price point, which is redonkulous. I mean, people spend more money on dinner sometimes. Like that,
Sometimes.
On Netflix.
$6.99?
No, then $64.
Oh, right,
Like
totally.
whatever the year is
Right.
for it. If you go out for your anniversary dinner, you spent more money. So
That's for sure.
I'm just saying, even if some of them are great, some of them are mediocre. Right now, with that price,
It's worth taking a shot.
Why
Yeah.
the F not?
Right.
I mean,
Mandalorian
one of them's
alone
going
to
to
me.
hit.
Mandalorian alone, then you couple it with all the Marvel series, and they're not done. They're going to do more.
I wonder
what about Disney Channel movies?
Probably going to
That's
go
the,
on.
that's
to-
the that's the Copster thing. He wants those so bad. I know, Cody, you probably are in the same boat, right?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Oh man!
Oh my God, I'm
What about
obsessed.
Brink?
Brink? Oh.
The hell is that?
It's a rollerblading
It's
movie.
amazing.
It's the dopest.
I'm curious what their rollout plan is. I don't think they've announced it, but maybe you guys can fill me in. You know how DC did where they launched Titans,
Titans.
and then they had their animated series, which came back for their 3rd season, but moved over to the app, and then they did Doom Patrol, and then they're going to do Swamp Thing
Right,
and
right.
Harley Quinn, Stargirl, like one at a time.
Right.
I wonder if the streaming service is doing the same thing, or if they're plopping multiple things at once.
I would assume they would do if it's a new show. They're going to separate it, just
You know-
So
similar
there's only
to
one
similar to the
show.
Netflix Marvel series.
But I think also matters on shooting and production, right? Because you don't have to push. It's not like like network television where like we need a show to hit by September.
Yeah.
It's like okay,
You're launching with the Mandalorian,
right? How's filming going on Loki? It's going good, but I think we're actually a lot further along on Hawkeye. All right, why don't we plan out and put Hawkeye out? Look, it looks like Hawkeye and Loki both. Maybe they kind of match up.
Crossover.
Yeah.
I bet we'll have Mandalorian, and then like right around Christmas time, we'll have the Loki or
Yeah.
Hawkeye or Scarlet Witch or whatever. And then Mandalorian will wrap by the time 9 comes out, right?
9.
And they want to. I would imagine they want to get that done before 9, and then you'll have Loki
9.
running into that, and then Scarlet Witch will go, because here's your thing: these are your, your appetite. This is your dinner. This is your snack
Teaser.
in between. Yeah, your
Palate
snack
cleanser.
in between. Sure, the snack in between.
Something you're just trying.
The movies getting that, like those stories going, because all the other ones, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would have like a tiny throwback. All the other ones, you know,
Right.
like Daredevil would be like, oh, the event, whatever.
That was my point, though. If you look at, like, say, S.H.I.E.L.D., they only really could get Coulson.
Sure.
So, like, I mean, you're not going to get Hemsworth and all of them to come back, but locking down these streaming deals, and because the amount of stupid money that Disney has, they go, let's just lock down all these big stars to be in TV shows.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
But-
they shoot like a big movie.
Let's go back to Dorina's point, though, because it's slightly different than dropping the Marvel Netflix shows at different times, because what they're trying to do is create a Netflix, not create a specific Marvel or Star Wars streaming service. So this would be the same as dropping Arrested Development and the OA at the same time.
Right.
You know, because we've got different franchises.
Right.
They're trying to create a massive conglomerate, not just what DC is doing. You know, they didn't launch a Warner Brothers app. They launched a DC app one at a time, as opposed to Disney, which is like, well, bam, we're bringing you all of the ish. So
Right.
I would actually think they're probably going to be launching
A couple at a time, right?
I
Plus
would,
the movies.
I
plus
would
the-
think
Movies,
maybe not at
kids.
first. Maybe it's a House of Cards situation at first, but
Right.
once we get to the Orange or the New Blacks of the world, I think we're going multiple
Yeah.
Well,
at a
they'll have
time.
more series, and they're going to do original ones that aren't locked into these
Totally.
IPs too. So it's exciting. It comes out in November. This Disney Plus. I mean,
I just want all the actual Disney cartoon movies.
they're going to
the
put them all.
animated,
Yeah, I
like
think
all
that-
of them.
I think you get the
because-
entire library.
yeah,
Is what I was.
That's
under
my
the
favorite.
assumption. But I think I was wrong from
Robin
what
Hood.
Someone
Yes.
because I got a couple I got some misinformation. I thought that one of the things for Disney Plus is that once the DVDs come out, or on like that Tuesday, it drops right on the day of, is what I was told. But apparently that's not the case.
Oh,
apparently,
really?
Apparently there's got to be like a little bit of a window, and then they're going to drop it, which still I guess makes sense. But whatever, it still goes on the damn thing.
I have a question. What do you guys think about, because we're all now doing streaming, right? But there's a lot of people in film Twitter that talk about having physical copies of movies because there are a lot that are lost, you know, like there's 90s or 80s movies that just, you can't find them anymore.
Right.
And even if you go and look for them on Amazon, it says not available.
Right.
So do you guys have, are you guys saving movies that you love, or are you just kind of like, oh crap, I'm not ever
I've
going to
never
see these
been the person that bought or saved DVDs, VHSs, anything like that.
I remember your shelf.
Yeah,
set.
yeah. I never had any of that, so that never really. That was just never my thing. So it for me, it's a moot point. So I can't.
But
really
it makes
answer
me
that.
sad because then there's movies that we're just gonna lose.
Yeah, I have a full-on shelf, some stuff too, and I think that because whether it's for giveaway purposes or review copies, I get a lot of stuff too. I don't know if I necessarily would collect them if I didn't.
Yeah.
Because digital's so easy.
It's just expensive too.
Yeah.
I like being able to lend people things. And so,
Why? So you have something to hold over their heads?
yes. So that way, if I have a hard copy, I like that. You know, I'm getting glass split and unbreakable, and I'm going to obviously keep
Save it,
those
of
because that's
course.
awesome.
Right.
And so I have a box, I guess.
Yeah. Will you
an
watch
ottoman.
them? Will you watch them?
Yeah, definitely. But more so, what's cool about that is that if your friend, like sharing a book with somebody, right?
Yeah.
If your friends want to borrow it, then they can, and it's kind of more of a shared experience. But at the same time, what sucks is like it's just so much easier if it's digital.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't-
just so easy.
I don't own a Blu-ray player. I don't own a DVD player. I never
really
have.
need to.
No.
Click, you're watching it.
Yeah.
Done.
Reilly, okay, so that's everything going on in the world of Marvel. What's next?
Travis Knight, who directed
Heard of him.
Kubo and the Two Strings, and of
Transformers,
course
Bumblebee.
that Bumblebee, great movie, has now
was
picked
getting
up the reins from Peter Berg. He's going to direct Mark Wahlberg in the $6 billion Man remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it, adaptation. You can call it.
Makes me happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah,
Because
I'm with you. I know why.
Yeah, happy in the fact that I really like this guy. I think he knows how to make a movie. He really gets invested in it. He has good choices of score. He knows how to direct his actors. He has a lot of fun with it. So to see him doing this particular movie, this movie's been in the works at one point with Jim Carrey back in the day.
it's so
It's got-
long.
Yeah, so it would be fun to watch. The bad
What
news.
would the $6 million man look like today? It'd just be like a decent leg.
Right, yeah, right.
I think it's
Should
just
be
a
six-
toe, man.
Yeah, I
You
know.
can't get much.
I know. The bad news is these rumors of what was it?
Lorenzo?
No, Lorenzo Di Bonaventura
Oh yeah, wanting more Bayhem.
wanting
in the
more
Bumblebee
Bayhem,
sequels,
and
yeah.
having, it means that they're gonna push Travis Knight to the side because it didn't make as much money as the Bay movies, and then we're just gonna get shithouse movies now for
So,
Transformers again.
Your good news is this movie. Your bad news is Transformers.
It means Transformers is gonna take the hit.
So you're excited about this movie
Yes.
fully, though.
Because
Okay.
I'm a Travis Knight fan now.
And a Marky Mark fan?
Yeah, I like Mark Wahlberg. I mean, to me, he's
Mark
always
Wahlberg's the best.
I always go into Mark Wahlberg movies just like with optimism, but I've left a lot of times going, well, that one stinks. Like, and same thing with Peter Berg. That last movie he did was a Triple Frontier? Was it there?
No, that was the
no,
Ben
Triple
Affleck
Frontier. That's the other
one.
one. That was the Ben Affleck.
12, 13th hour? No.
What was that movie?
You know
what I'm
Which
talking about? Ronda
was
Rousey.
strong.
I don't
The
know.
hell was it?
Darkwater Horizon.
No, that was
Deepwater
good.
Horizon.
Deepwater
was good,
Horizon.
That's a
but
good
that's
one.
not
That was
it.
good.
That's a
Hold
good
on.
movie. It's the one that just came out.
Came out.
Recently. Cody, you know what I'm talking about? He's a
Strong.
struggle.
Strong.
Yeah, Strong.
I never thought Mark Wahlberg was that great.
Strong is the Jake Gyllenhaal
Until I saw
movie.
Instant Family.
No,
Which
it's
one?
not
Stronger.
just called Strong. though.
Instant
It's-
Family?
I loved Instant
No,
Family.
I heard
Thank you.
Huckabees.
Oh, I heard Huckabees is
Yeah.
great.
So
too.
that's
good
but that's
in
my
that.
point though, Dorina, is that something like Instant Family was great, right? Go into it, oh well, you know, it's
Great.
Wahlberg.
You're
Roxy
probably-
and I loved that movie.
Loved. You're talking about a Peter Berg movie.
Yeah, keep zoom in a little bit. I'll tell you right
He's
now.
on Mark Wahlberg. What, are you thinking of Mark Wahlberg? Peter
Mile
Berg movie?
22.
Mile 22. That's it.
Not a good movie. Not a good movie, and I like Peter Berg a lot, and I really dislike that movie. But like I said, I go into every Mark Wahlberg movie going, okay, this could be really good. But then I get, that's if you start with Instant Family, really good. Mile 22, not so good. All the Money in the World, never saw it.
Speak about somebody who's Boston's 1,000% turned their back on.
That's what you said, but then
With Mark Wahlberg.
Really? But that's what you said, but I saw a lot of
Oh, they
pushback.
riot. So when Patriots Day,
I
I mean,
like that
obviously
movie.
this is a huge generalization. I'm not even talking about myself.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about somebody who goes back there and all my family still lives there. All of my friends, not all my friends. Some of them are in this room. Love you guys. Cool.
Are we friends?
Yes. I think so. When Patriots Day was coming out, they
told
were,
me this.
They
You
were
told us on the air,
so
yeah.
livid that they rioted, and still
Why?
because you're taking a real event and Mark Wahlberg's playing a fake character, and they wanted to pay tribute to the people who actually were there, and they made him like this heroic character when there were so many heroic characters that were there. And they made this movie
can you-
about Mark.
can you bring up
and it was far too soon, and they didn't involve people in the way that, like, the people that wanted to be involved, they didn't involve everybody. Again, I'm not talking about my personal beliefs.
Right.
I'm talking about what a lot of people in Boston
Cody,
thought.
can you Google that, because I that was the one, because I remember you telling that story on the air, and then I saw a lot of comments pushing back against that, and I always want to see if there's
I'm sure there's another side to it, but it's true.
Yeah.
I really like Patriots Day.
Here you go. Look. Mark Wahlberg's new movie is causing a Boston Marathon controversy, but Boston critics blast Patriots
Slam
Day.
for exploitation of Boston.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he definitely got some shit for it. But
I'm not saying everybody feels that way, but
well, it looks like he got shit back then. But you're saying it still is carried over to this day.
When I went home, I think the last time I was home was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because I always am just trying to figure out what's going on around there. They were still so upset with Mark Wahlberg. The people that I associated with there.
It's kinda
And
like-
I felt bummed. We live on the same street as him.
Yeah.
So we know the Wahlberg family. Donnie lives on the same street. So they've always been nothing but a joy.
Right.
I love every interaction we've had with the family, and but it was not the sentiment.
I was bummed that Wahlburgers by our hotel in Chicago wasn't open yet.
Yeah,
it was like a couple days away from being
Have you
open.
been there? To
No,
the one?
No.
So people were just upset that the movie was a bad representation of what actually happened. So kind of like the LGBT community with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right. Oh, were they mad too?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Kind of like that.
Yep.
You like that movie? No. All right, let's
I
move
don't
on.
understand. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she makes it a thing to hate it. That's cool. Let's move on. Reilly, what's
It's okay.
next?
All right. Well,
Give
we
me the
have
chips.
we have our Master Chief. Showtime's live action series for Halo. Pablo Schreiber has taken on for Master Chief in the Showtime live action series. The network announced on Wednesday. Thoughts?
It's the
Halo
theme song.
music, yeah.
Love this casting. I think Pablo,
He's great.
He's great. And The Wire season 2 is I actually really like. It's always the one that people were like, I don't know.
I like Wire season 2.
Love season 2. Yeah. He's been in a lot of great stuff, and
He's the guy in Orange Is the New Black as well,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Michael Bay, he was in 13 Hours. Was definitely one of Michael Bay's more. Is a better movie than what he normally does.
Less shitty, yeah.
Yeah, less shitty. But Pablo Schreiber was in that also, and he was really, really good in that. He's a great actor.
He's in American Gods. I don't really like American Gods at all as a show, but Pablo Schreiber, a highlight of it.
All the performances are stellar, and the show, I agree.
Well, let's go back to what you were asking about the
It's
Mandalorian,
disappointing because
right?
I love that showrunner.
Well, you never saw Master Chief's face in the book.
Okay.
I mean, the book, in the game. So the question is,
You're a Halo player?
the first one.
Okay.
Religiously.
Yeah, that's the only one I played.
I played the other ones, but like the first one was the one that I was like, you couldn't get me away from my Xbox. But yeah, so I think that he's a good choice, and I like it. It's another TV series, another way. I remember when this movie was supposed to happen.
What is the plot of Halo?
So the Covenant is like the alien race who I think that they're kind of taking over. I can't remember what it was. It was kind of like a mass extinction type thing. I think. Again, I played it so long. It was 2005 was when the game came out. But I just
remember shooting.
I just remember shooting the aliens, shooting the Covenant. The Covenant, but that's what I liked about the game. Is because every alien now looks the fucking same in
It
every
looks like
movie.
they look like big bugs,
Big
right?
bugs.
Yeah, they're not scary. Yeah.
No, and these are like they had like little. Their voices were great. They were big ones. They were small ones. It was.
But they're scary. They're not the good kind of alien.
No, I mean, I think you get a couple that you're fighting with. I'm not sure, but I think for the most part you're fighting against them, the Covenant. So,
Can you tell us about Master Chief?
Master Chief was like there was a ton of them, I think, but Master Chief was like this genetically kind of. Was he engineered, Reilly?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so, and it was, but Master Chief was able to inside of this suit. He's always in the suit, and I can't remember his backstory itself, but he was just a badass that was able. Once the Master Chief was there, he kind of led all the soldiers into battle, and
you're not Master Chief.
You are in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play as Master Chief. Yeah,
I saw an amazing Comic-Con cosplay
as Master Chief.
Yeah, it's crazy, and people just make that
the
stuff.
Flood. And why did I say the Covenant? Why did I say it was the Covenant?
Alien Covenant.
It was the Flood. You're right. Why is it the Covenant? Why did I come with the Covenant?
Did Cody play
Alien Covenant? I don't know.
Cody, did you play?
No Covenant, Halo 6. Well, there's Covenant.
There is Covenant, right? I don't see. Again, it was so long ago. No, Brett. No.
But
Anyway,
he just said no. He didn't even have the Brett. He just said no.
Yeah.
No.
Cortana. I wonder who's going to play Cortana. That'll probably be next.
What were you going to say?
Do you guys think that this is going to be better because it's a TV show and not a movie?
100%.
Yeah.
Video games are way more made for TV shows
Yeah.
in general, but
I agree.
I have legitimately zero idea what the show is.
Yeah.
I know nothing, and I won't lie to you guys. You're not fully painting the picture for me.
No, I didn't.
No, because we're dumb and we're just like, we only remember having fun.
Here
We
it
don't
is.
remember the plot.
Halo is a military science fiction first-person shooter video game franchise managed and developed by 343 Industries. Let's see, it was originally developed by Bungie Studios. That's right. Series centers on an interstellar war between humanity and aliens, an alliance of aliens known as the Covenant. The Covenant, led by the religious leaders called the Prophets, worship an ancient civilization known as the Forerunners, who perished while defending the flood. That's what it is. So the central focus on the franchise builds off the experiences of Master Chief John 117. He was a group of super soldiers, codenamed Spartans, and his artificial intelligence companion Cortana. Other characters such as Noble Six.
Hi, I'm Cortana.
Yeah, that's what it was. So and that's pretty much it. So they're basically fighting the war still.
I mean, what if this is like a Battlestar Galactica style show?
That's kind of what I
That'd
bet you it will be.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I would like to. What's it on? Is it on Amazon?
Showtime.
Showtime. Oh, really?
Quick, you were talking because I've heard stories. I know that Schnepp. That he was working on a Halo movie documentary because it never happened, right? And there were
Like
so
a Death
many,
of Superman
like a
Lives,
Death of Superman Lives,
wow.
but about the Halo movie.
Interesting.
Before like Comic-Con HQ,
2005 is when that movie
petered
was
out.
supposed to happen.
Schnepp was working on a series of documentaries
Yes.
that were really, really cool, and the one that he was talking to me at length about was the Halo movie, and there were so many stories about guys dressing up in the Halo costume to deliver the script.
That was that. by the way, I can confirm that because when I was working at Joel Silver's company, still. It was around 2006, 2007 is when they were sending the dude around. They would send Master Chief to deliver the script, and the Master Chief sat in the lobby while the executive read the script, and the Master Chief took the script back and walked out with it.
Because it was that secretive?
Yes, it was that secretive, and also I heard that one of the funnier parts was the executive came out to get the script, and the assistant brought it back because he did not like it at all.
Yeah.
That was one of the Schnepp stories told me. He's like, nah.
Yeah.
Done.
Aw, that's cool.
And that first Halo script that went around was not very good, from what I understand.
Plus the fact that the company Bungie, I think whatever, too, they were really being stingy about certain things. Really tough to make it all go down and make it work, and that's why I think Peter Jackson at one point was involved, and it just never came to be. And I think the best thing that ever happened for Halo was the kind of the birth of the streaming services and everything, because it's the same thing. It's beating the drum.
But it's Showtime.
Well, yeah, but it's still television, but even streaming service, but more so than just network television or anything too. It's like you can
These
really
big projects.
Yeah, you can put some money into it and make a 7 or 10 hour film. You know, because this was 10 episodes.
Yeah.
It's just so it's fascinating what happens in the industry when like movies don't come out like that. Like Schnepp and Holly's documentary, The Death of Superman Lives. Like I love it because you get to see these executives being interviewed and just making stupid decisions and then fighting with like the creative team and seeing and then sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So you guys should watch it.
And when is that supposed to start shooting? Do we know that?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
What's
Doesn't
on
say.
Showtime right now?
Billions.
Shameless.
Shameless.
Shameless is still
Shameless,
there.
Shameless is last season.
No, it's not.
Oh.
But Emmy Rossum left,
She's-
so
she
I don't know how
gone.
many
They haven't
seasons
even-
they
Is
have.
Californication over?
Oh yeah,
a
Yes,
long
that's
time
been
ago. Yeah,
done.
but William H Macy better be lucky it's not his last
They
one.
had that show Black Monday that didn't really do
Oh,
much.
The Affair is good.
The Affair.
This is the last season for Affair.
Last season for Affair. I'm trying to think.
I just thought this morning because I was.
I know I wasn't keeping up with
The
the
Shy.
SMILF controversy.
SMILF's gone.
Not,
It's
okay.
canceled.
Escape at Denimore.
Oh, Ray
Escape at Denimore
Donovan.
was
Hold on,
HBO.
let's not
Was that
talk
a good
over each
one?
other. Hold on. What was your question about the controversy?
SMILF.
I just said I
What was
didn't
the
keep up
controversy?
with.
So what
you didn't hear
happened?
this?
No.
What happened was the girl Frankie Shaw. It was she wrote and created this show. Showtime gave her the
From
show
Boston.
From Boston, yeah. And the first season was very entertaining. I have to say, I did not watch the second season because of.
I remember you talking
the
about it.
controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the controversy?
And so what happened is they just started putting after the Me Too and everything, which it should have been in place a long time ago. Is they have a sexual coordinator on set to make sure that the actors and people that a director
Are
isn't
safe.
pushing somebody to like, hey, have sex, whatever. And so they're on set to make sure everything is okay. And they started,
What a
it's-
job.
I know it's on Game of Thrones. It's on,
Should have had one of those on Brown Bunny.
What the
You see that?
fuck
boy.
is Brown Bunny?
You've never seen
You've
Brown
never
Bunny?
seen- oh, jeez.
Oof. All right.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Anyway,
What's Brown Bunny?
I'll tell you afterwards.
So season 2 comes around, and there one of the other stars on the show, I forget her name, Samantha Weaving is her name, and she had a sex scene with this guy, and they told him they didn't want this, they didn't want that, they didn't want to be showed fully naked, and they wanted a clear set, and the only person on set could be the director, and they wanted the screens turned off. Frankie said, "Okay, no problem." Went off set, turned on all the screens, had everybody watch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then had made them shoot full frontal, all that kind of stuff.
No.
And it was a big deal. And a lot of the people came out about the set saying she was very unprofessional. She was pushing a lot of people. She went in to bully the Samantha girl about getting naked. She's like, "I get naked all the time. You need to get naked too." And it wasn't like, take a look at it. It was definitely a very bullyish situation. But they'd already finished shooting, wrapped, and it was sold and done. They filmed it and they canceled it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, well, don't be stupid at people. There you go.
Don't be stupid.
And it's a
Don't be
shame
stupid
because
people.
she's very talented and it was a very funny
Really,
show.
she's really talented.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. What's next?
That's pretty much all the
That's it.
news. Have you seen the trailers for Child's Play or
Yes.
Hobbs and Shaw
No.
yet?
You're
That's
You're just
kind
not
of
going to
dropped.
tell me about Brown Bunny?
So Vincent Gallo.
Sorry, Reilly.
Vincent Gallo,
No, you're fine.
he started off with his first movie. I forget what it was. That was really critically acclaimed, and he did a really good movie. And then he directed in his second film, and he had what's her face from who's
Chloe Sevigny.
Chloe Sevigny. Thank you. Who you know, right? Chloe. Bring up a
She's
picture.
in the act right now.
Yeah, bring up Chloe Sevigny, also from the Bloodline and from Kids.
Big
You'll know her.
Love.
No, Big Love. That's
yeah,
what I was
you
calling
recognize
it.
her?
Yeah.
Okay, so she was dating him at the time, and then they filmed this scene where she literally goes down on him, and you see it like a porn. I mean, you see everything, and it was like a just legit movie. It wasn't a porn. So Roger Ebert had called it the worst movie he had ever seen, but it's like it's a straight up porn. Almost ruined her fucking career. And
She gave him an actual blowjob.
Right. I mean, the same way you would just watch
See it in porn.
Yeah, it's everything. And so it was him being like, "Oh, look, I'm going to have my girlfriend blow me on camera." And it's like, "Oh, it's art." No, this wasn't really art. This was porn.
Yeah. It's an interesting interview
Porn
with
can
her
be
about
artistic.
it too.
Yes,
They broke up?
Yes, but yeah. I mean, it literally almost ruined her career. Done, and it pretty much took him out.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So that's why someone should have been like, "Oh, maybe you should. You should probably not."
I remember watching that movie going,
Don't
like,
really put your penis.
Wait a second.
Right.
Wait, what?
Right.
Totally. It's almost like when you watch Monster's Ball, which was the one with Halle Berry, and she's having sex.
Charlize Theron, Monster Patty Jenkins, Monster Ball, Halle Berry.
It's a raw scene, but you don't see actual
But
penetration.
you don't see actual penetration.
Right.
I mean, you're like, how are they not having sex?
Which they might still
They
have.
might have,
But you don't
but you
actually
don't
see
see
it.
it.
It's the same. Well, and even in that movie, the Lars, what's his name?
Lars von Trier?
Thank you. From Nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
Like, that's about as graphic of a movie as you get. And even then, they say that the scenes were like prosthetics and stuff, too.
Totally. Yeah.
But you do see some shit in that movie, though, too. But that's why it's rated X. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So Child's Play.
I have not seen the trailer. Did you like the trailer?
It looks super dumb and awesome.
Okay.
I'm really excited.
I would agree with that.
Yes.
Super
Yes.
dumb.
How
and
does
awesome.
Chucky look?
Fine. I mean,
There is a shot in the trailer that I went, all right, that was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It looked scary.
Nathan's dad's doing the voice.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
What?
Mark
Mark
Hamill.
Hamill's doing the voice of Chucky.
And you hear his
Yeah.
voice. You hear his voice. in the
How's he
trailer.
sound?
He doesn't sound like anything we've heard before.
Okay.
No.
So what, you don't like it?
I dig it.
You dig it?
Yeah, I dig it.
I mean, the first Child's Play is the silliest, coolest premise, and it's
Right.
awesome. So if you're gonna bring a franchise back, might as well that.
I know. I want to see it. You know what we'll do is let's take one more break. We'll watch the two trailers. We'll talk about Child's Play and Hobbs and Shaw, whatever the fuck the movie's called, and then we'll break those down, and then we'll get that giveaway going on. But after the break.
Cool.
Hello there. No, it's not late to the party. That's actually from Obi-Wan Kenobi. You didn't know that? Well, you should, and now you do. Jedi Council, what is it? It's about Star Wars, obviously. It's Jedi Council. Every week, the latest and greatest in Star Wars movie news. Myself and Ken Knapsack, that's right, the pit boss himself. We have a guest on, and we talk about everything happening in the world of Star Wars. If it's the movie news, the TV news, canon news, comic books, games. And then we take questions from you guys on Facebook and Twitter. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. I'm still excited talking about it. The fan base is coming together again. I believe it is. I think it is. I hope it is. And we're talking Star Wars, so we'd like you. That's right, all of you. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, come on over and join us every Thursday for Collider Jedi Council here on Collider Video. And we have an Apple Podcast feed or Podcast One, wherever you want to go if you listen to podcasts. And not only do you get Collider Jedi Council every week on Thursday, The Rule of Two with Mark Fernandez and Mark Reilly, that's on every week. I believe it drops on Wednesday. It's on one of these days. It's a good show. You should listen to it. I like it. I listen to it. I haven't listened to it once.
Hey guys, Ryan Satin here from ProWrestlingSheet.com. And if you're a pro wrestling fan, which I hope you are, even if it's in secret, then you should be checking out Wrestling Sheet Radio Weekly. We've got a bunch of shows in the podcast feed. We've got weekly recaps from myself and John Roca, which you guys will probably know from the Collider family. That's for Raw, that's for SmackDown. We've also got the weekly roundup of wrestling news. It's a show I host called Wrestling Sheet Radio with Jamie Iovine and Elijah Bates. And we've also got a bunch of other stuff in our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/wrestling sheet. So check it out, subscribe, and I hope you guys dig it.
Hey guys, Perry here to remind you to tune in for Collider Movie Talk every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 4 p.m. PT Live. We are live. We talk about movies. We answer your live Twitter questions. It's so much fun. We talk about everything from box office to all your favorite superhero movies. We talk about horror on a good day for me, and who knows, maybe even a spoonerism will happen. I don't know. That's what happens when you watch Collider Tuvi Mock, right? Are you going to watch? You better watch. Go watch now.
What's up, Collider fans? If you are a fan of television and you want to watch a guy that looks like me and a guy named Thad Williams talk about TV every single Friday, subscribe to the Collider channel. Collider Podcast is where you can find the video. We have our own iTunes feed, hashtag Collider TV Talk. You can find it on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts and you listen to them in your ear holes. That's where Collider TV Talk comes at you. We talk about TV news. We talk about shows we love, shows that we don't love, and most importantly, we don't read any books because TV has nothing to do with reading. We also have a show called Hypothetical Questions with myself and Roxy Striar and all kinds of reviews right here at the Collider Podcast channel and the Collider TV Talk feed. Subscribe, rate, like, tell your friends, tell all your friends and tell their friends, and before you know it, it's a pyramid scheme of television. I'm Josh Macuga. You can see Thad Williams and myself along with Roxy Striar and all the Collider personalities all the time right here on Collider TV Talk. As always, put down the book, pick up the remote.
Hey guys, Reilly here, and let me tell you about Rule of Two. Rule of Two is a Star Wars podcast hosted by myself and Mark Fernandez. It drops on the Jedi Council podcast feed every Tuesday. You like Star Wars? Good. I like Star Wars. And you know what we do? We talk Star Wars. And not only talking Star Wars, we celebrate Star Wars. We gave the Golden Lightsabers the best in Star Wars, best picture, best opening theme, best crawl, and all that good stuff. We celebrate the games of Star Wars. We do everything in the Star Wars universe with a lot of debate and a lot of discussion thrown in the middle. So make sure you check out Rule of Two every Tuesday on the Collider Jedi Council podcast feed, on iTunes, and later on Collider Video. That's Rule of Two with Reilly and Mark Fernandez every Tuesday. And may the Force be with you.
All right, we are back on Collider Live. Macuga and Roxy watched half of Hobbs and Shaw, and Macuga watched all of it.
And I watched
Child's Play.
Child's Play also.
Yeah. I like the Child's Play trailer. I hated one shot though. There's a shot where like the kids are like banding up to fight Chucky, and it's like, come on! It's a whole thing that I have the problem with. Everyone with Masters of the Universe. Well, Thor Ragnarok did good. Stranger Things did good. It did good. So let's have the kids band up again. It's like, come on. So
I hope it's still. I mean, it's still rated R, right?
It's gotta be.
Okay, good.
It's gotta be.
Also, do we know why Brad Dourif isn't doing the voice? Not that I don't love Mark.
I mean, just want to go a
It's a
different
reboot.
direction. Yeah, I want to go a different direction.
You know what? There's a rights thing going on with the makers, and Don Mancini, who directed it, is doing a Chucky series, and I think that's where Dourif is going to be.
I'd do it's a ret boot.
A ret boot.
The only thing I had an issue was the kids look too old. I liked it when the kids
He was
were
really
younger.
young. Yeah, Andy was really young in the original.
That's why it was more messed up. That's why.
Right.
Why do you think it looks stupid? I didn't get that sense.
I don't
Oh
know
no,
it's
no,
stupid.
just that like what you were talking about. It's like the kids banding together,
No,
whatever.
before.
Oh,
well, the
stupid fun.
premise is silly, but if you watch the original Child's Play, it's silly, and you can laugh at certain things that this doll's being like, "Hey, bitch,"
Right,
like
because
that's
it's a serial killer
it's
puts his
funny.
soul inside
yeah,
of
but
this.
it's
Right.
still cool. Like
Oh.
it's still fun. Like that's and
So
so
you
that's
meant
what
it
I'm
in a
seeing
good
from.
way.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
Mark Hamill playing Charles Lee, what's his name? Charles Lee, right?
Charles Lee Ray.
Charles Lee Ray, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I wonder
I
if
don't
he's
know
gonna
if they're
play him.
going that angle. There's still no
I
kind
hope
of
they do,
word out
because that was
there.
the whole point of the movie. If you just take a random doll and for no reason doesn't
I wonder
have...
if they'll bring Chris Sarandon too, like as a cameo.
That would be interesting.
But this thing is all technology based.
You know, we
It's like
start yelling
Siri
about-
in the doll that watches you, links up to everything. So I'm wondering. I hope they don't go the route that like
I like
a serial
to see
killer
this-
hacked into it or something.
Oh, you don't like that? Oh, you like that hacked into it. You mean.
yeah,
I like the
yeah.
fact that he put it was so creepy.
I
the voodoo
see. That's
style.
what I
Yeah.
like. That's why I like the original Child's Play. Is
You know, when we start
the
yelling about
soul
Rocky
stuff.
5 and Roxy looks in the camera and kind of zones out. That's what just happened.
Yeah.
Have you seen
probably.
Child's Play?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, no, he's
No,
never
I
seen
haven't seen Child's Play.
But
It's the
Hobbs and
stupidest
Shaw-
looking movie and
Hobbs
also
and Shaw
a horror
looked
movie.
great,
I think
right?
you'd
Hobbs
like it.
and Shaw is gonna be bonkers
No
good.
joke, though.
No,
Yeah.
it's a 4-minute trailer.
Does it still look like a superhero movie?
No,
No.
less now
Okay.
because it's like I don't know, but it's sick, dude.
Okay. I gotta
It
watch
looks-
it. I was looking forward to that movie until
Yeah, I
that
wanna-
stupid thing that they did with Idris Elba that he has superpowers.
It's like a suit.
Is that
Do you
what
know what I
it
mean?
is?
He's
Yeah.
like Winter Soldier and.
But I thought it was like genetically kind of engineered.
Like I think
type
they
thing.
like puts. I mean, it's
All right, I'll
sort
look.
of something,
I'm,
but
I'm looking.
We're all gonna go see.
Yeah, we're all gonna
And-
see.
And Child's Play.
Something happened yesterday that I didn't bring up at the beginning of the show.
I'm so nervous.
There was that's not you. There was a claim that
You're
was
looking at me like it's me.
because I think you're gonna be on my side. On this
Okay.
one.
Oh,
There
no.
was a claim that was made on this show that was disputed. And I wasn't there, so I don't know. So I'm going to have these two people talk about it. Unfortunately, the one person who disputed it is not here in the room, but there was another person who could dispute it. So I'm going to put it. He knows exactly who it is because right now he's like, damn it, he's going to bring me into this.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I know. So yesterday, Mark Reilly made the claim that while he was at the airport, one of the flight attendants aggressively grabbed the bag
Right.
from him. I spoke to Kristian Harloff, who told me that she was a kind of fragile old woman who did not grab it at all and just kind of just nicely took it from the side. And then I said, well, I wasn't there. So I turned to Cody, and Cody pointed at Kristian Harloff and goes, yeah, I'm with him. So I'm going to start with Cody. Cody,
Hey.
was it a fragile old woman?
I think the lady was at least in her late 50s to probably early 60s.
Okay.
And I don't think she physically stole the bag, like yanked it. You know what I mean? I think she just used all of her strength to grab the bag.
Mark Reilly, what say you?
I say that she was rude. I say that she said that bag is too big. You're gonna have to check it. And I said I've been
stick by your
fine
story.
with it.
You stick by your story.
I might have embellished a bit for the fun because I was pissed.
I think I did hear the words "I'm sorry" come out of her mouth.
Oh.
Like, I'm sorry, but I gotta take it.
God,
Cody, I don't like you. Right
Can I stand up?
these effing millennials are so sensitive
No, I'm gonna
about
stand
their
up for Reilly
suitcases.
for a
Listen,
second.
I may have. Okay, Roxy, you do that, and then I'll say what I have to say.
Gene Cousineau back here.
We have picked a profession that means that we like to tell stories, right?
Right.
So when Josh Macuga talks about his Yelp review and says it starts with "Dear Josh,"
which
and then
let's
we
bring that up.
I
by the way. We
misremembered.
found it.
But
We
it's
found
not
the.
that,
We
it's
found
not
it.
that you think you're lying on purpose.
Yeah.
We're telling the best story that there is.
I thought it
And that's
legitimately
what we
started
think.
Dear Josh.
And I'm sure. And the same thing. What did I do the other day where I was like, it was 13
everything?
million? Yeah, all the things.
Everything.
I think I just did it now, saying that with Dane Cook was 60 million. It's probably $60.
Right.
But like, I always people yell at me all the time. I'm not on purpose lying. I live in a
Embellishing.
big world.
Right.
And everything's big in my world, and I think
you're lost in it.
I'm effing lost.
You're defending being filthy liars, is what you're doing.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm sure
She's just living the moment.
when Mark is in that state
Zone.
and he's to the
Third
nines
flight of the
and
day,
he's
they're-
frustrated.
So
Yeah.
you throw an old lady right under the bus, is what you do.
She wouldn't believe me.
And
They're making
he's-
her out like she's some
Angel.
excuse me, can you
You're think-
please come
you're
over here?
saying-
She went, that bag's too
You're
big.
saying she was a scree in Captain
She
Marvel.
was.
Scroll.
No.
Scroll. Oops.
She said that bag's too big. I said,
I
no, it's
combined
not. I've
both
been
of them,
flying.
Korean
She goes,
spray.
no, it's too big. We're going to have to do it.
Alex
She
got a
grabs
fucking
it
kick out of it. Relax,
to
chips.
put it in the measuring thing and went, oh, that's too big. And I was like, I don't want to lose
Was
my
that the
bag.
first time you heard that? It's too big? No, sorry. Continue.
Second
That's
time.
what she said. She was
Continue.
making a
Second
dick
time,
joke.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
No,
So-
wait. But no, I actually love. I don't want you to be pissed off, but I love seeing you pissed off.
All right, well,
Yeah, I know.
here's
Yeah, I do.
here's another dispute, which is less of a dispute. It doesn't start with Dear Josh,
No.
but we did find
Do you want me to
the
read it?
Yelp review. I'd like to. if
Okay.
that's
It's in the
okay with
notes.
you.
And it's
I
so
put it in
great.
the notes.
Yeah, here is the review. Yesterday, if you
One
listened
star,
to
by the way.
yesterday's
One
show, Josh told a story about how, because we were talking about that really old lady that stole Reilly's bag, the nice old lady, and then afterwards, Macuga told a story about how he was a terrible bartender and working at the Stone Rose, and this guy wrote a review. We thought it didn't exist. The lovely people in the Collider Live Facebook group found it.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but they found it. Run for it, Marty. And here it is. And I will start. I'll add a little something. Dear Josh.
Thank you.
I heard some great reviews about the Stone Rose Lounge, and I was utterly disappointed. It was Thanksgiving, and I was with my brother and his girlfriend. We decided to have drinks, and was served by a bartender named, in quotes, Josh. He had the worst attitude. Now, listen, I don't know if he was upset because he had to work during the holidays, or he just hated his job. There was no smile, bad attitude, and his drinks were terrible. He even served me a glass of house Cabernet that tasted like a $2 bottle of wine from Trader Joe's, and he charged me $13 for it.
How was
That is Josh's fault.
That's my
yes.
fault. I made the wine.
He was also playing old Eric Clapton love songs. From
Eric
his,
Clapton does not even exist on my phone.
He was playing old Eric Clapton
that
love
there's anything
songs
wrong with that.
from his playlist. They were absolutely depressing. When asked to change the music to something a little more lively, he just ignored everyone's requests. It wasn't that busy,
was
and there were
pretty busy.
other hotel staff and servers that were just standing around. It was a nice lounge. It was a great decor, a nice atmosphere, but it's unfortunately ruined by Josh, the bartender, with the bad attitude. If you don't like your job, quit. My recommendation, make sure you get a refund on the drinks that are terrible and doubtful, and double check the drink menu with the receipt to make sure that you're not overcharged. I won't be going back. Don't go. It's not worth it. It's a ripoff. I also find out that an 18% gratuity is included in your bill. You shouldn't pay gratuity if service is terrible, Yosh. They don't give you a choice here. Total ripoff.
I will say this.
Chris A.
The
Chris A.
18% gratuity thing does not exist. I don't know what he's talking about. That never existed in
So
the
this
place
guy
where I
embellished like Reilly does about old women stealing
Totally.
his suitcase.
Yeah.
All right,
I made the wine. Obviously, that was my fault. Eric
And you
Clapton
picked
doesn't
the price on the wine,
Totally
too.
picked the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
make
the
the
music.
prices. Yeah, I mean, well, it was running through my iPod, but I guarantee it was Huey Lewis and Journey. So maybe like Faithfully came on. I don't know.
Well, Chris A is on Yelp.
Oh,
You can
nice.
send Chris A a message and let him know that this that his
no.
let Chris
Favorite
A from,
bartender.
from San Diego, California. Let him know that his Yelp reviews was he's now. I would what I would love if somebody can reach out to Chris A and get him to call into this show.
See if he remembers.
About the actual
2011.
experience, 2011, the experience with Yosh would be great.
This guy's in San Diego right now, minding his own
Oh, it
business.
seems like he gives a lot of one
He gives a lot of
stars.
ones. He gives a lot of
Ooh,
ones.
he's one of those Yelpers.
Yeah. So what is that? The Anaheim White House restaurant? Is that what that is? Oh, okay. He
When
went
was the
there
last
10
time
years
he
ago.
updated?
He gave it another try. His initial experience at that time, it was good. However, it seems that it's gone downhill since. He took his mother.
Lots of one-star reviews with this guy. it
Yeah, I
seems.
don't care about this one. He doesn't have Josh. But anyway, I'd love to. If somebody can reach out and
Chris
try
A
to find
has
Chris
become
A.
my mortal enemy.
I would love to have Chris A give that.
It's Becca M. Ford and Chris A.
I want to see Chris A if he remembers that. Can you imagine if he remembers it?
Oh, it'd be
That'd be
amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
Somebody find out if Chris A.
Yeah.
That'd be
He gets a whole bunch
hysterical.
of messages from like random people going, "Hey, you should call into Collider Live."
It's not like I was playing Eric Clapton's "Tears from Heaven."
No.
And I would have changed that, obviously.
No, we like to involve the audience, and that's why we are going to involve you guys right now because we want
Yeah,
to get a giveaway going here for a glass. We're going to give you guys 5 questions. Riley's going to ask you guys 5 questions. So only call in if you're a hardcore Collider Live fan.
Gotta be
If you missed
hardcore.
it, we're just going to hang up on your ass, and the next person on the line will get in.
I am so excited about
Yeah.
Me
this.
too.
You got to get all 5
Let's
right,
do
though.
it.
You got to get all 5 right.
And I will change him up if it's a
Yeah.
little hard. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
more
So-
than 5 here.
Well, good.
What's the
Good
deal,
job,
though? It's
Riley.
the first person to
Get
get all
5.
5 right, so
That's who
we're only
wins.
one winner.
Only one winner.
All right.
All right. So, Cody, let me know once we get. We're gonna have people call in. Okay. Thank you so much, Cody. All right. First opportunity here to win the glass giveaway.
It's all.
Hey, you're in Collider. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Jamin from Chicago. I'm excited to win this thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
baby.
Chicago in the house, showing up. And let's see. So you're going to get
Always.
5 questions in the realm of Collider Live for a chance to win. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here you go, Reilly.
All right, here we
Let's
go.
begin.
Question 1. Where does Roxy love being drunk?
Oh, man. Is it a particular bar?
You got to
can't
answer.
ask.
You got to
You
answer
can't
the
ask.
question. I'm going to give you 5, 4,
Oh.
3, 2.
Oh.
All right. Hang up on him, Cody.
Sorry, Jamie.
All right,
Thanks for
sorry.
I
calling.
can't give the answer.
No, you cannot.
No,
because
no.
someone's going to have a chance to.
I'm going
It's
to
a
change it up
soundbite,
too.
You're
We
going to
gotta-
change it up.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's Cody. Let me know when you get the second one. All right.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
This is Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
Hi, Eddie.
All right, Eddie. Where are you calling from, Eddie?
Long Island.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, Eddie.
Thank you,
Do
Long
New
Island.
Yorkers proud here. You think you know Collider Live well enough that you can get these 5 questions right?
Shit, I'm open, so.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I watch every day, so.
Attaboy. Have confidence. All right, here we go, Reilly.
Here
5
we go.
questions for Eddie.
Where does Roxy love being drunk?
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Fuck.
Watch your mouth.
I'm going to say the beach, but I know that's wrong.
All right, hang up.
Ooh,
Hang
sorry, Eddie.
up on Eddie.
I feel like they're not thinking about the question.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Thanks for calling, Eddie.
Even
right.
worded it a certain
All
way.
right, here's the next
Yeah.
one. You're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hello, this is Kyle.
Hello, Kyle. All right, Kyle. So, from where are you from?
I'm from Maryland. How are you guys doing?
All right,
Yeah,
good.
good.
Kyle. All right,
Good.
Kyle, you
I
got a
love
shot
Kyle.
here.
Kyle.
All right, Reilly, let's start with Kyle. Let's get
All
Kyle.
right, here we go. The question
one.
nobody can answer. Where does Roxy love being drunk?
I love being drunk in a hot tub on a mountain.
Yeah. All right, that's one.
Kyle.
All right,
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
All right, Kyle, you got 4 left.
Trick
All right.
question. The answer is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay,
there it
go
was.
ahead.
Okay, what character
Drunk?
had... Oh, are we doing that?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
What character
all right.
has Kristian repeatedly said will show up in episode 9?
Emperor Palpatine.
That's
Nice.
2.
Yeah, Kyle.
All right, 3 left. 3 left for the
Okay,
giveaway. Here we go.
What episode of Little Bobby and the Juice will you find the legendary Win a Goldfish soundbite? Oh. Is it A, I'll give you multiple choice on this. A, Reverse Hitler, episode 1. B, The Big Wang Theory, episode 2. Or C, How Bizarre at the Bazaar, episode 3.
It is C.
That is correct.
Look at this. Okay, 2 left until that giveaway is yours.
This guy's good.
All right, here we go.
Oh, what a goldfish here.
What restaurant do Roxy and Josh try to avoid when eating lunch?
Ooh.
I believe it's Yard House.
Oh!
You got 1 left.
All right, last one.
Kyle, I'm on pins and needles.
Last one, Kyle. Can he do it?
Can he do it? And the last question is, what color is Dorina's soul?
Black. Of course.
Hey! And with that, Kyle, you've won the giveaway for glass, my friend. Congratulations.
So good.
Kyle,
Nicely done,
so
Kyle.
Reilly, what does he do? Does he reach out to you?
Yeah, Kyle, if you could reach out to me, you can go to Twitter. Do you have a Twitter account?
Yes, I do.
Okay, please hit me up on Twitter. You can DM me. You can hit me on the mentions, and I'll find you. All right.
All right, there you go. So Kyle,
Good job, Kyle.
Way to go, dude.
And I like the fact that we started out with 2 that didn't work out, and then Kyle
Yeah.
just came in like to do it on Jeopardy and just
But
smashed
2
it.
that didn't work out, they thought they were coming in hot,
Hot.
but they weren't thinking about it.
Yeah.
They were not.
gotta
Well,
listen
because
to
it was
those
a
sound bites.
quote, so that was a little tricky
That
question.
guy, he brought up the soundbite in his mind, and he just went through it. Boom.
Yeah.
I like this. This is a good way to do giveaways. So we can do 5 of these questions.
The whole sour 5,000. He just came in hot.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Riley, what is? Should we give? I don't know if we have anything else to give. You know what? Hold those questions. That's fine. Let's take some. Let's take
Give
some
away
more.
your hat.
No, I got this from a fan. I like this. Same guy's
good hat.
Yeah, I like this hat. It's
good.
By the way, really quick,
No.
people in Chicago were amazing.
Yeah, they were.
Just
They
I
were.
just want to say, I like so many people came up to me and said your favorite song, and then
What song?
The ZZ song.
What song's that?
What was the
It's I think it's.
She's talking about Zoobly Zoo.
Yay!
Nice try. Didn't hear shit.
All right, it's off. It's off. It's off.
But a lot of my people came up to me, as in Hispanics, and they were saying really nice things and also really scary things.
Like Cafe Coalition.
Yeah. But also they were like, "Oh, thanks for representing." I'm like, "Oh shit, no, don't put that on me." But they were all very nice. So
well, it's funny
that's so cool though, and an honor.
It's funny because Dorina's getting used to this now because she used to just be with us, and and then the fans would come up and say nice things, and she would just kind of be like, "Wait." Now they're coming up to her.
It was so nice to just take photos of you guys.
Not anymore. Is that an awkward thing? Just for you?
No. Look, everyone's super nice.
Yeah. But I mean, for you, it's just awkward that you're just not used to it.
What? No, I don't care.
You said you did.
What?
Not cared about. Obviously.
No, it was easy when I was just.
That's what I meant.
Lazy.
Off to the side. All right, let's take some questions from the fans. We'll do hashtag Collider Live, and we'll also have another call in. See if anybody wants to. If there's anything in particular you want to talk about, it could be about something movie wise. It could be something Collider Live related. Whatever you want to talk about, we will do one question from Twitter, and then we'll do one phone call. Mark, what do you got over on the twits?
Well, we got. I'm going in the
Facebook?
live group.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the
All right,
Collider Live
there.
group. We got some great questions. Jason Skouras asks, if you build a lightsaber, what is your hilt style and what color? I've always wanted this. Come on, Josh.
What?
What hilt style would you have and what color?
I like
what color blade?
I like Luke's and I like and black, obviously.
Red, and I'd probably do the Revan style.
Yeah.
Darth Revan style. Roxy, you got a color?
I don't know. I always go back and. No. I go back and forth.
Do the color of your lipstick.
That's
That'd be a
what I
cool
said.
lightsaber.
You just said that.
You missed it?
Oh, I did. I wasn't listening. I'm
What's
sorry.
yours, Reilly?
I would definitely go more towards Luke's lightsaber and Empire blue. Maybe a little hilt. Yep, there it is. Little maybe curvature like Dooku had. Make it like a nice hilt.
I think I'm a combination with Luke's style red color though.
All right, there you go.
Can
I don't know. It's so hard. They're so cool. Like, don't you kind of want? It's like having many watches. You want to put a different one on every day.
I'm telling you, I went running around that damn convention looking for that. There was that one vendor years ago who sold all the hilts. And there was, and I don't know where he is. I can't find that son of a bitch.
Huh.
Can I have like a Game of
Galaxy's Edge,
Thrones hilt with a lightsaber?
Yeah.
Like the Ravenclaw?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You can have whatever you want, Josh.
Cody, anybody in the phones? All right, good. Let's close it out here. Hey, you are on Collider Live. What do we got?
I love that sound like.
Huge ass from Dallas, Texas.
Oh.
Huge ass. I like that. Okay.
I can't tell. Is that real?
No. And what do you got for us today?
I've been rewatching some of the Marvel films after Infinity War, and you get to see little clues and stuff. Have you seen anything that stuck out to you when you rewatch those?
The Marvel stuff? No, I haven't gone back and done the rewatch of it too. And I'm trying to stay.
That's a tough one.
I'm actually trying to stay away from it all. I mean, a lot of people are doing rewatches for that and Game of Thrones too. I want to go in. I remember I actually just watched Infinity War like last month.
Yeah.
So that's all I really need.
Well,
for it.
you Jazz? What did you catch? What'd you catch in there?
Well, in Winter Soldier, just because you see the Russo brothers directed those Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Infinity War,
Yeah.
you see some things that they planted. Just seeing them do cameos and stuff in that, and then you get to see like Winter Soldier and that stuff.
Something that I didn't think about at the time at all, and this is more. Somebody pointed it out to me, and now I've gone back to look. Is the fact that my favorite character of all time, Mr. Jerk Strange, can chop off people's hands by putting them in the different dimension, and people being like, "Yo, why didn't you just take Thanos' hand?"
Yeah.
And every time I watch back now, I'm like,
That's the problem when you insert magic into a story.
Right.
That's
Damn
that
magics.
anything can happen. But I love that movie. So
Magic.
I love Doctor Strange.
All right, listen, this was a fun show today. I had a blast talking to all the fans here today, interacting with the fans. Congratulations to Kyle, who won the won the magic prize of the glass.
We gotta do more giveaways.
I would like to do that for sure. And then Glass, by the way, it's out now on Blu-ray, so you can get that and check that out because that is her third movie of the Unbreakable franchise. So make sure you check that out. And thank you once again for the opportunity to give that away to you guys. Make sure that you go on over to theschmodownlive.com. Get tickets for that big Houston event. Andrew Guy versus Ben Bateman. If Bateman loses, he is not allowed in the Ultimate Schmodown tournament. And also make sure you go and check out the Fatal 5-Way that is up on Collider. And make sure you subscribe to this podcast. You can do it on Apple Podcasts. You can do it on Spotify. You can do it on Stitcher. And subscribe to this very channel. And check out all the other great shows that we have here on Collider. For Roxy Striar, Dorina, Josh Macuga, Mark, Reilly, Cody, Alex, and everybody else. We will see you tomorrow with director Joe Carnahan in studio. 2-hour show tomorrow. A very special one. See you tomorrow.
It's me, Mario!